It's a hockey night in Cranberry, and more importantly than that, it's a playoff night in Cranberry here at the GOAT 4x4 League. A couple of playoff games coming your way later tonight, but before that, Evan Smith alongside Andrew Keel, we get to bring you through the single most meaningless hockey game of all time. Because this, my friends, is the Toilet Bowl. Now, normally in the Toilet Bowl, you're playing for the #1 overall pick, but Green owns both of these first-round picks, which means you have no reason to be watching this.
Yeah, very similar to 2 years ago where Teal owned both their own first-round pick and the first-round pick they were playing against. And so they didn't really have a need to play the game, but it's always fun to get a little more ice time, especially we'll probably see a lot more showing off this game to impress some scouts.
I will never miss out on another opportunity to watch Landon Butterbaugh grace your screens. But speaking of butter, this is going to be a confusing game because we've got two goalies dressed in black and one guy dressed in yellow looking like a giant slab of melted butter. Hopefully he plays better than melted butter, but not better than Butterbaugh.
Yes, as we look at our sheets and you look out on the ice, it's a little bit lopsided in terms of the manpower.
That's understating it.
Green hosting their normal zoo that they have. Red with a total of 6.
And can you believe Green's going to be adding even more players this offseason?
Yeah.
Including the top two? Man, wow.
Yeah, Green is going to have a pretty loaded roster come next season.
Now, excuse us for the first little bit as we work on some names, because again, Green has a million players.
And our resident person who takes over our rosters, make sure they're correct, is not here yet.
As we say every week, if anything goes wrong, blame him. As we are tipping it off here in the Toilet Bowl. Scrubbing the bottom dwellers of the league. Red's going to start it off. Pass up into the zone, intercepted. Whoops, by Emmett McLean. Flipped it inside, a shot, he scores! Cam Davis, the first shot of the game. Green takes a 1-0 lead as they look to secure the first overall. I can just say that as a Jeremy goal.
Yeah.
As Red scores as Green looks to secure the first overall pick. I apologize in advance, guys. This is going to be extremely annoying for you. And I take pride in that fact.
Yeah, Cam Davis with a nice shot off the first shot. As Evans changing the scoreboard, we get a goal for Red on the other half.
Oh, good, because I accidentally hit the red anyway, so I guess that works out. So Red gets on the board first as Green looks to secure the first overall pick.
A real back-and-forth game to start.
Did we see who that was?
Oh, as Humphreys just ran into the ref. No one was looking.
Give him a penalty. Hear me out. If they draw, do they both pick first overall? Plot twist, it just jumps to the champion, gets it or something. As there's a 2-on-1 for Red, pass across, back forth, and scores. Luke Malbouf. I definitely pronounced that wrong, didn't I?
No, Luke Malbouf.
All right.
A little back and forth there with Christian Humphreys. Still waiting to see the confirmation on the on that first goal from Red. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been JC, but I don't remember if I saw 10 correctly.
No, they just put out the NHL 26 trailer, and that move is still going to be effective, just back and forth. Caden, Andrew, the goaltender friend to my left knows. As Green nonchalantly tips it in, led ahead by Aaron Blyer, but he'll lose it. Flipped over to the man in yellow. And another 2-on-1 opportunity for Red. Another pass across the net, a couple of moves, it's in the air, and Butterbaugh keeps it out and flicks it away to Jake Stock. Intercepted by the Mustard Man. He'll leave it for his teammate, but his teammate doesn't see it. Maybe confused. Maybe it's the third team. Maybe if yellow wins, there is no first overall pick. But Red's got another opportunity. Rebound out in front, a couple of moves, but Green will get away with it. Rosensteel gets credited for the first goal for Red. And right on the other side of the net, Jake Stock ties it up at 2. As Green looks to secure the first overall pick.
I'm sure you're going to say that a lot. I don't expect a lot of defense tonight, especially about these teams not really playing for anything, as you keep mentioning. I expect this to be a skills competition for both teams to try and, I don't know, get some eyes on them.
Yeah, I have already given myself a headache, so I apologize to all of you out there. Realize it's worse for me being me than it is for you listening to it. Anyways, Green, back in the offensive end, cannot control the puck until they tip it away. Couple passes out in front. It's going to be lost behind the net and picked up by Nolan Snyder. Snyder leaves it for Mahler. Mahler's shot behind the net. Tipped off a pad, and Mustard takes it. Flips it to Kozlina. He'll lose it in the corner. Picked back up by the 2017 Nashville Predators uniform. Now back at the point with Mabuth. Mustard again. Shot and saved. God, I hope he scores. I will have so much fun with it. If you're under the age of 30, I think you see where that's going. But right out in front of the other end, couple of quick moves out in front, and Avery Anstis.
Although I believe that will actually be Matt Jukes. I can tell off the helmet, but
I was going to say, I didn't think that was Avery there. Makes it 3-2 as Green looks to secure the first overall pick and another breakaway opportunity. Well, momentarily, they moved pretty slow there, battling around the corner. A ref caught in the mid of the fire. Maybe they think he's a player too, because Lord knows jerseys don't matter. Rushing forward for Red is Rosensteel. Cycles around and picked off by Colby Saganuk. Saganuk's got Davis on the other end, but he'll shoot it himself. Bounces off the pad and in. 4-2 Green as they look to secure the first overall pick.
They're looking for that first overall pick. They really want it. And Green coming out strong. 4 shots, 4 goals. We don't know who's in net for Red, but they're not having the greatest night.
We'll just act like it's that cardboard cutout.
Yes.
As around the net. Green's going to lose it. Gives an opportunity for Red to respond. Led by Humphreys. His shot's going to go just wide. And Green's going the other way. You know, notice this is the kind of game that I try to do one of those get every song title of an album in for the heck of it, but I can't. Off the top of my head, I feel like 1 bit is enough per game as Red takes it the other direction. Pace back, and a nice tic-tac-toe play. Didn't see who got that one in.
That'll be Rosensteel again. He'll get his second.
Yep, Rosensteel gets his second of the game for Red as Green looks to secure the first overall pick. I need somebody out there listening to just clip every single one of those and use it to, like, torture a foreign government or whatever we need. Luke Malbuth leads the way for Red. Puts it across. Another shot out in front. Butterball lost it for a second, but it ends up behind the net. And back with Malbuth. He looks to make a move around. Slap shot opportunity, but he's going to hold on. Elevate it towards the shoulder, but it'll bounce off and go behind. And Green looking for a chance to escape their own zone. Flipped ahead. Cam Davis is cherry picking. He's got a 2-on-1 opportunity. Slap shot, scores! Green extends their lead to 4 as they look to secure the first overall selection. I'm so sorry.
I think the scoreboard may be a little wrong. It says 6, but unless I have miscounted, I think it's 5.
5-3, right? Cause
yes.
I got 5-3 on here. I think they might have just flipped one around up there.
I think they might have.
As always, trust us. What could possibly go wrong when you trust the Russian? Green. Another down in the offensive opportunity. Oh, lost an opportunity. Complete brain scramble there. I don't know what just happened, to be God's honest truth. But now Red's on a 2-on-0 breakaway opportunity. Flips it in. That's Christian Humphreys. And now 5-4?
Should be 5-4.
As Green looks to secure the first overall pick.
Completely underplaying the no-move goal there by Humphreys.
I know. I almost wanted to say it was the what's his name?
Kucherov.
Yeah, but like not. It seemed like it was a little bit more than a Kucherov as far as effort into that play. But the result is the same, even if the result's not the same between scoreboards. But Green. It's got a whole lot of men wide open in front of the net. Nobody with Mustard waiting for it, and they shoot it above. 4-on-1 opportunity missed, and Red will begin escaping Humphreys. Leads the way again. Across to Mustard. His shot gets saved. Guess you can't have a team of ketchup without some mustard. Behind the net is Mustard. Humphreys. Waiting. Tosses it back to Kozlina. Back to Mustard. Mustard spins around out in front. Couple of moves between the legs and a shot robbed by Butterbaugh with the glove hand. Fantastic move by the goalie. Probably our first in the net highlight of the game.
Yeah, an absolute beautiful one there. Fooled the ref. Ref thought it was in. She signaled a goal and then just popped out of the glove like, what was that?
Okay. Scoreboard doesn't need any more updating. As another pass out in front. Now it does. Red brings the lead within 1.
Ties the game.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at the fake scoreboard again. So we got a tie game as Green looks to secure the number 1 overall pick.
At least I think it's tied. We should be right.
I said we have it as tied. Stop the count. I don't know. As Green's got a 2-on-1 breakaway opportunity. Shot saved. Mustard's going to deflect that away. And missed opportunity on the rebound. It's going to be a 3-on. Oh, it was going to be a 3-on-1 for Red until. I don't think I have a 33 out here. Missed the pass. But right out in front, a couple of moves around. Butterbaugh's going to end up behind the net. Still spinning around, coming in for the zone. Rosensteel, pass out in front, a couple of opportunities, and it gets knocked in. Red takes the lead as Green looks to secure that number 1 overall pick.
I believe that'll go to Mikulski, or Malbouf, my mistake. I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Malbouf, who will slap that one in the back of the net. As the scoreboard does finally get fixed. It is 6-5, although we lost all the shots that were taken in the first part of the period.
Did we have the count on that one? I didn't even think about that. As Green's shot is saved.
I think last I saw was 8-6 in favor of Red, but also a couple that did not get counted as well.
Noted. 12:17 to go here in the first half of this toilet bowl. Another rush opportunity for Team Red. Shot saved by Butterbaugh. Flips it with a stick and hands it off to the captain, Saganook. He'll throw it forward to absolutely nobody, and that will be icing. Nothing worse than ice in your toilet. Ew. Don't even want to know how that happens. But by the time this play starts, we'll be under 11:30 to go in this first half. Just through the first half of the first half. Words. Face off. Won by Green. Saganook tries to escape, but poked in his face and heading right out in front of the net, making some moves and not able to score. Saganook got an opportunity. He's looking backward. Pass across the net. Great save there. Off the glove hand of our mystery goaltender. And now Red takes it the other direction. Pass back. Cycling a bit, waiting for a 4th man to get on the ice. But before they do, Green's going to control it. Loses it, though. Out in front. Rebound opportunity is going to go wide.
We got a tripping call on Green. As going to the box will be Matt Jukes, we believe. Once again, we don't have our numbers person, so we don't know exactly who every number is, but we have a good guess.
Any complaints? Blame Caden.
Yes.
But power play for Team Red as Green looks to secure the first overall selection. And that slap shot's going to go out of play. Face off. Won by Team Green, but kept in the zone momentarily until it is flicked out, causing a reset for this Team Red power play. Bad in front. Couple of circles. And kept in the corner by Humphreys. Flips the other point. Now down to the deep corner, cycling back. Leaves it up. And back. Struggling with those numbers. Still Humphreys' shot though, saved off the pad. And cleared by Green, 28 seconds remaining in this power play. Rosensteel is going to be the one to grab it. He'll flick it forward for Humphreys. He'll wait for his man right out in front of one-on-one opportunity. Save made by Butterball. And with that, just about 10 seconds left on the power play. Should be ready to escape momentarily.
It did look like, though, on that power play, they only put a minute 30 up. So, escaping a little early will be Jukes.
And it goes right to the bench. As Green almost got away with an offsides there. As Mustard runs it back and flips it forward to Malbouf. Booth goes around. Christian Humphreys makes a couple of moves, tries to lay it back, but nobody's there waiting for him. Retaining possession behind the net. Green's going to end up stealing it away. Held in, or held by Malbouf. Flicks it forward, left for Mustard. Off the backhand. Makes a couple of moves and loses it right back to... Couldn't figure it out, not going to lie. And a quick shot. I thought he scored there.
Looks like it went wide.
I thought that was looked like it bounced off the side of the net. Guess not. And that time saved into the glove by name redacted. And 8 minutes remain. Red leading Green 6-5, meaning Green securing the first overall selection.
I mean, after that first couple minutes, it's been real slow on the goal front. It took, 8 minutes to get to this point, and no goals the past couple.
Yeah, now that it's locked up in the middle, that was Brody Simcoe. I don't know why I didn't say the name. Second guessing myself. Green gains possession. I'm passing up to Simcoe. He's got a foot race to the net. Couple of moves. Spinning around. And tic-tac-toe, and in Cam Davis once again. Red and Green now tied, which means Green is on their way to securing that first overall selection. God help us all.
Green playing with their food a little bit in front of the net. 3 people all within the crease. Just passing it back and forth.
Gotta wonder how many times they could have just kept going. If they just wanted to go Globetrotters on this. Another rush opportunity for Green. Carter shade, we think.
No, that's Will O'Brien.
Oh, there's O'Brien. Whoops. Thought we hadn't seen shade for a very long time, so that didn't quite compute. If the Shade family is watching, welcome back. Yeah, Red's going to win that face-off. Malbouf tried to flip it ahead, but it gets robbed by O'Brien. Stolen around by. And shot made by a guy that I can't quite see the number with his jersey pulled up, but he's wearing very similar to Maple Leafs gear, so it might be Austin Matthews.
I'm trying my best to figure out
it
who
looks
all
like
these
he has
players
a different number on the back than he does on the arm, but it might be Nolan Snyder.
It is 33.
Okay. For a second, I thought the back had a 1 on it, and I was really confused. Stranger things have happened in this league. We had a line brawl last year. Loses it. And Green, it's a 3-on-1.5. And shot, save made. All of a sudden, the goalie play is picked up a lot. As we have an intruder on the ice now. .5:20 to go. Clock ticking away on this first half. Excuse me while I make some corrections.
I think we may have got some numbers as I'm frantically searching through Hockey Database.
And a 2-on-1 opportunity for Red. Saved by Butterball. He tried to angrily click that out before time expired. Was unsuccessful. Maybe the teams have heard me making that joke and they got sick of scoring themselves. Red loses the faceoff actually. Aaron Blyer tries to keep it in. Oh, sorry, escape with it. And ahead comes Noah Smith. Out in front. Couple of moves, kicked it through the air. It's going to end up behind the net. Almost like a Michigan opportunity there, and it skates away free. It's a foot race and a one-on-one opportunity for Christian Humphreys. He shoots and does not score. Put the cart before the ice horse there. I'm shocked there has been no minor league teams called the Ice Horses at this point. Red out in front, a couple of fancy moves, and the score by Mario Smith. Green. Red takes the lead. Green secures the first overall pick. Looking to. Sorry, the scoreboard backwards again.
Yeah, that will be Red up 7-6 now.
I gotta stop trusting my eyes. They are 2080 for a reason. And a nice behind the legs pass opportunity almost, and a beautiful shot. Scoring for Green that time.
That's going to be Matt Jukes. Out of the box and onto the board for that one, as we're going to retie this game at 7.
Which means Green is on their way to securing the first overall selection to select the potential GOAT Vin McKenna. Noted future Penguin Gavin McKenna might join this league if he ends up in the Steel City. Sorry, when he ends up in the Steel City.
Yeah.
Not that the Penguins going to be bad enough to get him. Kyle Dubas is going to swing an amazing trade. It'll probably cost us like Sergei Plotnikov and Yuko Risala. Who in the world would buy a Yuko Risala jersey?
I don't know who that would be.
As Green up ahead. I mean, definitely wouldn't be standing next to the idiot who bought a Miguel Yajure jersey. Pass out in front. Back. Cycling around is Green. We can complete the trifecta. I also own a Sean Davis jersey. Steelers. Remember that guy? Me neither. And a couple of great moves. Red doesn't get on the board. Great play by Butterbaugh.
Butterbaugh standing on his head once again.
In his distractingly black uniform. It truly is like a void.
Butterbaugh's been the MVP of this Green team all season. Almost willed their way into the playoffs last week, just unable with White's overtime win.
I mean, if you're in the toilet bowl, you're like, is MVP like the most valuable poop or something? We can't get any lower than that, guys. It's all uphill from here. I've learned from my colleague Billy Depew. At least I haven't said anything as problematic. As there's a couple of passes back and forth, and Red's gonna grab it again. Shane Kozlina makes it 8-7 Green. Sorry, Red, which means Green is on their way to securing that first overall selection.
Kozlina gets his second of the night as a not very good night to watch if you're a goaltender. It has been brutal defensively.
Put behind the net, picked up by Simcoe. Simcoe circling through, looking for a man. He'll flip it forward. And it's picked off. Red's gonna almost had another opportunity, but the great stick for Simcoe holds it. Now it's a 4-on-1 opportunity. Shot saved by Butterbaugh, but doesn't escape the pressure yet. Red's still behind the net, making some moves. Out in front, a shot off the pads. And now Green's going to have their opportunity of their own with 48 seconds to go. Cam Davis shot. He ties it up. 8-8, which means Green is on the way to scoring the third overall.
Hat-trick goal for Davis in the first period with 35 to go. We're finally going to get a little bit of a pause in action, as this has been action central.
Red wins that faceoff. Humphreys waits at center ice. He'll start the rush with a man to his left. Looking for him. A couple moves over the legs. He can't get the shot off. Flips it backwards. Absolutely nobody. Green's going to intercept that one. Davis tried cherry picking a little bit again, but it's Simcoe with Davis on the other side. Simcoe is just going to take a shot into the pads. It'll bounce away 5 seconds to go in the period, but they give it right back to him. Simpo can't beat him again. That'll end the first half, drawn 8-8, which means Green is on their way to securing the first overall pick. If you haven't been listening or you missed the start of the game, Green owns both of these top 2 draft picks. This game means absolutely nothing, so we'll be back for a lot more meaningless hockey in just about a couple minutes. Welcome back to Cranberry for one of the most sour games of hockey that you'll ever watch. As Red's going to kick it off. I gotta fix my headset real quick, sorry, Andrew.
So, a real game changer the first period. It was 8-8 as we have no idea who's going to get this first pick.
Barn burner's not the right word, more like a dumpster fire of a game. As Red has another chance in the offensive zone. Again, it is 8-8 here at the start of the second half of a meaningless game. Green owns both of these draft picks, which means it's all semantics. Get a bit of bragging rights. Maybe Red will be embarrassed if they have the first overall pick be theirs, which I guess would maybe be better if they lose. But flipped across to Brody Simcoe. Simcoe makes a couple of fancy moves, dangles it around. Nice backhand shot. It'll end up behind the net. Almost elbowed it in England heaven himself. Gives it behind. He's looking for a Michigan, but he can't quite secure it. Right out in front, a couple of more opportunities. Cam Davis can't get the shot off. Back to the point. Right, Adam Mahler lost it. And it's back with Simcoe. Back to Mahler. Mahler out in front, tipped, save made. And Mustard's there to start breaking up the rush. Flipped ahead. Grabbed by Maubuif. One-on-one opportunity. Backhand scores.
It's Christian Humphreys.
Humphreys again. Red takes the 9-8 lead, which means Green is on their way to securing the first overall selection. Some more corrections onto our major headache of a roster. When in doubt, blank Aiden. It's a quick shot there. Okay, now that distraction's out of the way, Mustard's got the puck in the corner. Looking for a man, he's gonna keep it himself, moves out in front, backhand, save made by Butterbaugh. And he'll hold it on the ground, 20:38 to go in this ever full toilet bowl.
As we're still getting corrections for all of our names. This 33 we thought was Noah Snyder, and then we thought it was Noah Smith, and now we don't know who 33 is.
Yeah, it turns out there's no Noahs at all.
And it looks like 14, who we thought was Adam Mahler, is now Noah Smith.
I thought he didn't look quite the same as the last Adam Mahler that I saw, but as a Michigan opportunity, nope, didn't get it. Held the post, and whoever that goalie is was very proud of himself for not letting that one through. He did a quick little celebration, ran down the other end of the ice, almost kicked in, holding possession. Burger at the Burgatory logo, flips it around. Green's going to escape. Throws across to O'Brien. And lost it in a very easy breakaway opportunity for Kozlina. Goes between the legs. It is saved. Butterbaugh just flips it into the air. Right back to Green. Blyer flicks it forward into the offensive zone. O'Brien loses it. And another rush coming for Team Red. Rosensteel. He scored a couple times already. He tries going between the legs, and that goes even worse than last time. Green coming the other way. Jake stuck. So for Blyer. Blyer, couple of tipped opportunities, and would you believe it again? Another rush for Red. Kozlina looks like he's going to try the same thing. That time it didn't work at first, but he corrects course, and Shane Kozlina gets the between the legs goal. It is 10-8 Red, which means Green is on their way to securing the first overall selection.
Kozlina fakes between the legs. He tried it twice in a row. This time, I think Butterbaugh knew it was coming, so he fakes going between the legs, pulls it back out in front.
Our scapegoat Caden just got here, and he hasn't heard me do that bit 18 times already, so he still thinks it's funny.
Hasn't rolled his eyes yet as much.
But another opportunity for Red. They're going to whip it off the side of the net, send that one into orbit and down the ice, and conveniently landing on the stick of... Oh, slides through. Almost had some Louis Domingue flashbacks. Don't know how that one stayed out.
Kept out at the line.
And now on the other end of the ice, I don't know what just happened there, but a windmill by Butterbaugh. And now we got another breakaway on the other side. You gotta love this league. Especially the meaningless games like this. And a couple of great moves flicked into the net by Colby Saganuk. And it is now 10-9, even though the scoreboard just put another one on the Red team.
Yeah. 10-9 now. It's the barn burner, that's for sure.
Which means Green is on their way to securing the first overall selection.
Saganuk will get his second of the night.
I vote we draw so that they just have one singular first overall pick. Is that how the rules work? I don't know.
No, they're both on the clock at the same time.
Do rules even work like this? Does this league have rules besides don't have line brawls like last year? Saganuk looking for another one, pissed out to the side. And a great sliding save by whoever that is. And a couple moves out in front. He makes another save. Michael Keeley. Michael Keeley, we believe, is the goaltender. So we'll say his name a lot to make up for the fact that I've been saying no name instead of Michael Keeley. So another shot on Michael Keeley off the pad of Michael Keeley, and I'll quit that bit for now. Red going the other direction, looking to hold this one goal lead in this totally meaningful game. Bounces it off the back end boards. And Green's gonna steal it. Get ahead. Forward to Noah Smith. Smith didn't quite have the finesse there as he almost lost it. Cam Davis, though, has the finesse to launch that one and tie this game 10-10 with a rocket of a wrister over the arms of the goalie whose name I already forgot.
Healy.
Healy. There it is. I'm so sorry, Healy. But it is now 10-10, which means Green is on their way to securing the first overall selection.
Cam Davis is going to get his fourth of the night, leading the game in goals as he overtakes Kozlina in red.
And Humphreys makes very quick work of that rush. Right off the faceoff, just stole it, pushed ahead. Nobody was going to stop him. It's 11-10 Red, which means Green is on their way to securing the first overall selection.
Humphreys gets his third of the night. Will get his total to 13 on the season.
Another forward. Kovlina spins around, throws himself into the boards, but the puck stays in the zone for Malbouf. But stolen away, Cam Davis the other way. He takes another good shot, that time saved and taken behind the net. Davis finds his man, but his man can't find the puck. And Red will take it back to the left side of the ice. Goes Lena, making a few moves, backhander goes wide, tries to throw it in, right out in front. A couple of guys don't really see that puck clearly. Bouncing around, that's launched in the air. Cycling through back to the point. Malbuff. Ahead to goes Linka. He's going to put one on. Almost tried to tip it off of a Green defender. And Green will launch the other way with 14:30 left in the toilet bowl. Davis looked to take a shot, but he gets distracted. Pulls it back behind the net. Out to the side. Down in front, Davis has an opportunity, but he lost it on his own stick. The backhander had a pretty good shot, but it goes behind. Davis will recover it himself. Out to the left side of the ice. Another shot saved. Into the point. Scuttling forward. Tried for a Michigan there, and that went even worse than the last time we saw one. And now in front of that, tried to make a couple of fancy moves and absolutely robbed by Healy. Got the stick in there. We've seen a couple of great moves by. Did they say they scored?
No.
Okay, I got really confused there for a second. Like,
No.
They put the scoreboard up, and I was like, huh?
Yeah. Great save by Keeley there.
Note to self: do not look at scoreboards. They do not tell the score.
Yeah. A little bit rough so far. so far today. Hopefully getting better for our two playoff games that have more implication.
Yeah.
Don't go away.
When in doubt, screw up the meaningless game that you're all going to forget happened right after this. And by the way, Christian Humphries just scored again. It is now 12-10. Is that actually right? It is 12-10, right, Caden? It is 12-10?
Yes, as
Okay.
our 12 is now facing the wrong direction on our scoreboard.
It is 12-10 Red, which means Green is on their way to securing the number 1 overall pick. Face-off one and taken back by Mustard, but Green got the breakaway. Got a whole pierogi race out here at this point is what it's looking like. Simcoe doing some battling, couple of moves, tips it back. Back to Simcoe out in front. He's looking for a chance for a shot. He's going to get moved around a few times, and the puck ends up in the corner. Simcoe not leading up, battling Humphries for it. Couple of moves, Humphries able to escape the defensive end. He's got Mustard on the other side. Right out in front, but puck is stolen by Green. Can that guy in yellow just please score? I need to do a thing. Simcoe battling for it. Stolen by Mustard. Almost ended up tipping in front of the net, but bounces off the pad and into the stick of one of those Green guys that we can't quite figure out. And there is noted yellow in, flicking the puck right back to Team Green. And he scores. God's honest truth, I missed that behind the camera lens, so I didn't quite see what happened there, but 12-11 Red, which means Green is on their way to securing the first overall pick.
Yeah, Stock just walks into the slot, takes a shot, and it's going to just find a hole.
And another breakaway opportunity. Good back, wide open net. How do you not score on that? Come on, we can be really honest here. Out in front looking for redemption. They'll just cycle backwards. And another backhand opportunity by Stock. That time saved. He's going to keep the cycle going. Pass out in front. Bounces off the stick. Good move to get it back to Stock. Now out in front and again. Can't quite hold on to it. A couple moves into the board. Moved out forward, taken by Mustard. Pass to Christian Humphries. He's going to pause for a second before dumping it into the zone. And they're just going to stand there for a second, but they pass it right back to Humphries. He's going to keep it on side, out inside. Sablinko's shot ends up going wide. Just over 10:30 to go in this game. Flyer leads Green back into their offensive end, looking to tie this totally meaningful game, and they do. Jake Stock again knots it at 12, which means now Green is officially on their way to securing the first overall pick.
Stock will get his hat trick goal for Green to tie this game with just over 10 minutes to go. As this one, it's going to come down to the wire.
Pass ahead to Kozlinko. Kozlina. Whoa. I don't know who I was mixing that name with. Sorry. Mustard out in front. Nice shot on the side of the ring. Net. If I'm just watching like a Plinko show, I think I got mixed up with that. Out behind the net, Green will escape. Blyer. Ahead to O'Brien. Back across, and Wright's got a 3-on-1, 4-on-1 if you count the yellow guy. And save made. The Simpson character tried to tip it in, but he wasn't able to get there. Oh, he's wearing the Pirate City Connect. Mustard holds it. His shot is saved by Butterbaugh. Some butter on butter action there. 9 minutes to go. We see some of the other teams start making their way into the locker room.
And 9 minutes left, and then hopefully we'll get some overtime action, because this is an incredible game, and we definitely want that.
Nice announcer jink there.
Yep.
I'm sure one of these teams will now take off like an absolute rocket. And sure enough, Butterbaugh makes sure that doesn't happen. Double announcer jinx, because I just tried to unjinx your jinx or something. Yeah.
O'Brien in front tried to get Butterbaugh moving the wrong way, moved him the right way instead, though. Great save.
And back to the point. Mustard passes across to Maldouf. And picked it out of the air. Takes a shot over the net. Green's going back. The far end. Flyer with some speed. Cuts the edge and flips backwards. He's got some Joe Vitale, Dan Potash flashbacks there. And a fantastic opportunity for Team Red to take the lead, and they don't. Green saves themselves there. 8 minutes to go in this game. They're going the other way. Pass across. Whole bunch of them jumbled next in front of the net, but it ends up with no goal. And pass across. Backhander. Held on the post. That's one thing Haley's been really good at, is holding that post for whether it be Michigan's or some quick lazy shots like that. And Kozlina. Shot saved by the pads. Mustard retains it into the zone. Bardo. Back over to Rosensteel. His shot saved. Wide open net, and Butterbaugh's there to hold it out of the net. 7 minutes to go in the game. We are still knotted at 12.
Yeah, great chance there for Mauser coming down the wall. Butterbaugh just getting the better of the exchange.
Dare you call him Betterbaugh? Face off one by Red. Shot gets through the legs of Butterbaugh, but he clamps down and stops it.
6:40 to go in this toilet bowl game.
So I said this is the most meaningless game of all time, but this sound just reminded me that there's 162 Pirate games a year that are somehow even more meaningless than a game where the stakes are literally nothing. And a shot by Rosensteel goes embarrassingly wide. Green takes it out. Circling around is not Ansis. I forget who that would be. Cam Davis held it momentarily. And Red's going to hold back. Rosensteel into the offensive end. His shot's going to hit the Baird sign at the top of the boards. I don't know. I forgot the word boards there. Since this game is not boring enough to even think of boards. And a bunch of battling around that front of the net, taking the other direction by Noah Smith. And he's got a chance there and a beautiful shot over the arm. Noah Smith gives Green the lead and securing their chance at the #1 overall selection. Now the real question is, who gets number 2?
Yeah, that's going to be a real tough question. I think it's going to be Green.
Hey, we can't be calling our shots here.
Yeah, it's either me Green or Green by a Red.
And Fire Red tried taking a good shot there to take an open breakaway, but it backfires the other way. But that shot goes just wide. I'll stop saying but. It's toilet bowl, you know, you gotta keep it in theme. As there's a quick shot by Davis, bouncing off the goalie. Tip behind the net. 5 minutes to go in the game. As the pay announcer just scared the heck out of me because I forgot that he was doing that. Big cycle around. Save made, and Red starts taking it the other direction. Holds it himself, and the shot goes wide. Behind the net, they have another opportunity. Flick through the legs, and he scores. Yeah, we can't give you a name on that one, but we are now tied at 13 with 4:20 to go on the clock because this game is making us feel pretty high right now.
Yeah, no idea who number 33 in red or white or green is, so.
Yeah. But what is important here is with that 13-13 score, Green looks like they are going to take home the first overall selection in the GOAT League draft. Again, Goatman McKenna potentially up for grabs. Red looking to take that lead with a chance out in front. Butterball lost it for a second, but holds it under him. 3:47 to go. If you're crappy and you know it, clap your hands.
A little bit of a face-off.
Won by Team Red.
Had the stick up on its heel as opposed to, or on its toe as opposed to laying down. And still won the draw.
Davis was in a foot race there. No icing called, but Red's going to end up with it. Tipped around 2, name redacted. And although we can't figure out who that was, they called a penalty?
A penalty. Will be on Brody Simcoe. So Red going to the power play with less than 3 to go.
Spearing, I believe, is all there. Red got a very good time face off. 2 minutes out of the last 3 minutes, they will send on this power play. Potentially.
Unless a jailbreak penalty kill goal.
As Malbus loses it. Gives it ahead. Christian Humphreys is waiting in the wings, looking for his man. He passes it across. Butterball keeps it down and saves it. The second shot's going to go wide behind the net. Couple of moves there, flipped backwards. Pass out in front. Humphreys goes wide. And that'll fly all the way down the ice. And get recovered and tipped ahead for Team Red. And Humphreys cherry picks it again. That shot's going to get tipped. Saganook takes it the other way, but still held near that zone. It's a battle. Rudd retains it, even though they got to push back further behind that center line. 1 minute to go in the power play, 1:50 to go in the game. Humphreys passes it across to Malvo. His shot's going to go high. That'll stop the clock with 1:37 to go. 0:46 on the power play.
Red looking really hard to end this game in regulation, especially with this power play for most of the game remaining.
Face off. Won by Red momentarily, but Saganook's going to win the foot race to the puck. Around 2. And goes ahead. Green looking for that jailbreak off the glove of Healy. But another opportunity for Saganook. He'll lose it momentarily.
Keeley saving Red for sure.
As Mustard takes it across center ice and passes it. 20 seconds on the power play, and Green's going to escape that zone again, led by Jake Stock. And Stock sells no shares on that shot. Gives Green the lead. 14-13 with less than a minute to go, and I think it's pretty safe to say now that Green will have the first overall selection in the upcoming GOAT League draft.
Yeah, and Red's going to pull the goalie here. Keeley's going to the box with 56 to go. Keeley giving up that one late, short-handed, getting rid of the power play, and now Red has 50 seconds.
That was a jailbreak of about 4 seconds on that power play.
Yeah.
As Mustard takes it into the zone. Cycling forward, he'll lose it to Simcoe. Simcoe's pass around is going to be perfectly aimed, almost just wide. 28 seconds ago, another rush for Red on the 5-on-4. Taking it in and leaving it back for Humphreys. And he'll lose it. And Green's got a chance to sink the dagger, and he misses just wide. Who's that Dallas Star guy? If it would have fallen, it would have been real similar to that moment. Nonetheless, 5 seconds to go. One last opportunity. Rips a shot, goes just wide. Green wins the toilet bowl, which means Green, shocker here, gets the first overall selection and the second overall selection in the draft. It'd be interesting to see what would have happened had this game gone the other way, as draft numbers quite worked out. But Andrew, what did you notice in this game that totally happened?
The game definitely happened. I mean, Green had a game, and so did Red. They had a game as well. In serious, this was a very back and forth game. I mean, both teams had chances to win this game. I don't think both teams were taking it fully seriously because, they really didn't have anything, but they were both needed this for, film purposes. You want to get more ice time at where you're going. You want to get some more highlight reels so people notice you more, in future drafts or future recruitments and all that. So you had moments where you were taking it seriously because you wanted those moments. So I think both teams had stellar games, and I think everyone on both teams had great games.
Coming up next is the semifinal games. To do a bit of a college football comparison, we got the New Year's Six Bowl coming up. Teal versus White will be the first one as we just get through the toilet bowl. I guess you compare it to something like the backyard brawl, but we'll see you back here in about 20 minutes for the real show.
Playoff hockey is here. The number 1 seed Teal will take on the number 4 seed in white. We've got an interesting matchup as for the second and third time tonight, we have new goaltenders that we don't know who they are.
You know, at least the first one, I wasn't here to help you out because there was a name on the sheet. I just sent it over to you late. You didn't check your phone. But that's okay. We figured out who he was in the second half. But for this one, yeah, we're running blind on this one. But we do know for Teal, they're without Quinn McKenzie. They're one of their top scorers. But they're getting a couple of replacements in from Team Red here as subs. Luke Malbouf and Jack Rosensteel.
Yeah, a couple names that are big for that red team. It does look like we're going to get our first national anthem. Didn't think we were going to get that till the next game.
He said the third one. But all right, let's go.
We're going to get this one right now. So we will step away for a national anthem. Playoff hockey getting ready. Teal and white. After a very interesting toilet bowl matchup, we have a very meaningful game as Teal first playoff game in their team history.
It's going to be a tall task for them. You know, as we said, no Quinn McKenzie. They have a sub-goaltender, and we did find out it's Nikita Volsky, who did play for Team White last season. So maybe a little bit of a revenge game for him, but Teal, being number 1 seed, everyone wants to take you down. You didn't get your first loss of the season till last week to this team. White's riding a high, and honestly, right now, they might be the most dangerous team.
Yeah, White has the feeling in there, the lightning that can strike twice. No team has said that after playing Teal, that they can strike twice with a second win. Will they be the team to win and win twice? We will see as puck is down. White off the draw. Valentine will bounce it off the boards up to George. George will flip it into the offensive zone where Teal will be the first one to corral it. Schaff will flip it out, no one there. Valentine there will pass it to O'Donnell. Sean O'Donnell missed a couple weeks. He's now with it. Moving in, can't get past Trevino though, as Teal will take advantage once again. Schooley moves it forward. He'll try and find Schaff, can't do so. Off of the stick of Rosensteel. Back behind the net. Corralling is Lieb. He'll start moving forward for White. Bounces it off the boards to George. George loses it, sends it in front. Save made off the tip and covered by Volsky.
Slower start here for these two clubs. You feel that this is going to be a very patient beginning of the game here. No one wants to really give up an inch here. There's going to be light chances in front. And I feel as soon as that first domino falls, we're going to start seeing an onslaught of goals.
That's exactly what we saw last week between these two teams. Very defensive game. Didn't see the onslaught that you alluded to, but a very slow start and a very defensive game between these two teams.
I think 4 goals in the first period or
I
something
think
like that.
I think that sounds about right. Coming forward, White with it. It's Mark Evans. Evans will drop it back. Belly makes his way around Acklin. Still with it. Acklin still digging. Out with it. Malbouf for a second, but taken away by Goldfein. Goldfein up to the point. Belly. Shot blocked in front. Rebound is loose. Whacking at it is White. It'll go out to the wall. Goldfein wins the race with Malbouf. He'll leave it off to Evans. Moves it forward. Tried and cut in front was Goldfein. He couldn't do so. Kamzik at the point for Goldfein. Tried to poke that one over to Evans. The wrong direction, though. Wise with it for White. He'll circle all the way back. Moves it forward to Evans. Evans passes this one up. White now on a rush. Ferentino can't get a handle on it. Now Teal the other way. AJ Schaff moves it across. Shot there, scores! Jack Rosensteel joins the team after losing last about 20 minutes ago and gets on the board first.
You gotta feel good here for Rosensteel Malbouf. You know, step on the ice with the #1 team in the league. And be like, I'm gonna play a factor in this game. Last game, it was 14-13, wherever the heck it was. It's probably feeling pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah, and he has it again off the draw. Poked out of the wall though, but turned over. Here comes Red. Lieb dancing around Trevino. Pass across. Great defensive play by Rosensteel to get back and stop that chance by Ferentino. Out with it, Teal once more. Schooley's shot goes way wide. Ferentino picks it up. He'll drop it back. Here comes White again. Sawicki moves this one forward. All the way across. Shot. Save made by Volsky. Rosensteel behind the back pass. Goes all the way down for Schooley. Schooley can't get around Sawicki though. Sawicki spin around pass will make its way to Lieb, or Ondos. Lieb, I was right. His shot is swallowed by Volsky though.
Volsky's came in one time this season as a sub. I don't remember which team it was for, but it had a pretty solid showing. I mean, you heard us complain about goaltending, which is a lot over the last 6 weeks.
Yes.
I think every team has had a sub goalie at least once at this point.
I believe so.
I think Teal might have been the last. Well,
No,
technically.
White was.
White? Yeah.
Bork played all 6.
Kind of crazy.
Now Teal regrouping. Malbouf cutting in across. Williams shot, save made, rebound not available for Malbouf in front, and a cover.
See the defense of Teal playing very, very low in the offensive zone too. Teal is not afraid here to send all 4 guys.
Yeah. Something they haven't done really most of the season. They were a very defensive team for the most of the season, especially with the addition of Trevino.
We saw they're good defensively. Maybe their tactic here is get an early lead and hold on.
Brody George cutting in off the interception. Dangles around one, moves through, can't get it past Volsky. Williams now picks up the loose puck along the FedEx logo. He'll now carry it all the way down the ice. Cutting around, can't get the shot. Well, can get the shot, but can't get it in. Moving forward, Valentine. He'll pass this one across off the wall. It'll go all the way down to Volsky, and he will leave it for Trevino, who will start the rush. Rosensteel with speed across. Shot save made on Edwards and held.
Thought maybe they were going to give him a little bit of a break there. It looked like White wanted to play it, and they called that whistle. But offensive zone draw here for Teal. And Andrew, remember last season, who was the best defensive team? It was Red, right?
It was Red.
Who were the 2 defensemen they had?
Tristan Trevino and Luke Malbouf.
Back together.
Back together again, even though they never played together because they always switched for each other. And it looks like that's what they're doing again here for Teal.
I mean, it's the best strategy you have with those 2 on your bench.
Belly trying to dance through the middle ice. He will move it to O'Donnell, but a loose puck, and it'll go back to Teal. AJ Schaff will circle around, moves this one over. Here comes Rosensteel. Shot goes through the legs and off the bar. Back to the point to Schaff. Schaff down one more time to Rosensteel. Rosensteel dancing into the slot, moving in. Tries to get around. Rebound is loose. Blocked away by Belly. No stick for Belly and stops a sure goal. This one will go all the way down out to plate is Volsky, so no icing. He'll move it forward to Williams. Back to Trevino. All the way forward to Rosensteel. Back to Schooley. Schooley now cutting in multiple White bodies around him. Schooley backhand, no one there. And White will take it with Belly. Belly's clearing attempt will make its way up to Goldfein. Looked like it was going to be intercepted by Malbouf. Goldfein across! Trying to chip it in there was Sawicki. Couldn't get all of it. Valentine. Or Wise, my mistake. Wise back to Goldfein. A lot of good puck moving here for this line right now. Back to the point, Sawicki. Down to Wise. Up to Evans. Evans gets around Schooley. Still dancing in. He'll circle back. Into the corner. Down to Goldfein. Goldfein still holding. Moves it down to Evans. Evans shot. Save made. Rebounds available. But it'll end up in the corner. Nice clear by Teal. Wise at the point. Down. Goldfein shot. Save made. Volsky. Evans with it. Evans in. Save made. Volsky again. Still loose. It'll go under him. Squeaked out the front. No one saw it though. And a whistle. Wow. Some good zone possession there for the White team.
This is what we saw a lot of in the second half of last week's game. Once White found their footing, their offensive zone time was pretty much tilted in their favor for the entire second half. And look who won the game in overtime at the end of the day.
Teal, though, looking to get their offense in. A lot of their offense coming on the rush. Here it comes again. Save made. Couldn't tell what happened, but it was under our sub goaltender. As multiple bodies started collapsing on top of him, not knowing where that puck was.
I guess it was underneath the stretch pad. Because it's hard to see from our angle. It's probably hard to see from down there, too, where it is. Black on black, too, with the black pads.
Complete black pads. Malbouf off the draw will move this one down. Dancing with it is Edwards. Edwards can't get a full pass on it. He loses it to Evans. Evans will flip it forward. Too far for Wise. He'll get it back, though. Evans off the steal. Moving in. Save made by Volsky. Saving that one just barely with the toe. Teal looking to counteract. Puck goes up in the air off Malbouf, but it'll be White with it. Evans dances around Rosensteel. Still with it before losing it. Now here comes Teal, 4-on-1 developing. Schooley, Malbouf, Rosensteel tried to go for Schaff, couldn't poke it in. Cleared out by White. Here comes Lieb on a breakaway. Save made by Volsky. Still with it in front. They score! Mike Ferrantino ties the game at 1 with 13:15 to go.
What a back and forth between these two. All tied up at 1. Wow. I think we're in for a treat here for the rest 40 minutes.
This is going to be a great game, that's for sure.
Yes. Can't this be the champion?
Yeah.
Well, if it's anything like
this
last
is the
week.
semifinal. Imagine the championship.
Oh, yes.
Trevino, pass will come all the way forward. Schaff over to Rosensteel. His shot goes up into the netting off the save.
Bodie Wise, one of the defensemen for Team White, recently announced his college commitment to Ferris State in the NCAA in the 26-27 season, so congrats to Bodie.
Off the draw. Schooley fighting with Valentine. Will come out with Rosensteel. He'll try and flip it across. No one there. Here comes George. Brody George trying to get around Trevino. He won't. It'll be turned over. The pass will go awry. Here comes Rosensteel. Moving in. Shot, save, and over the net. Schooley wins the race to it. He'll move it down to Schaff. Schaff dancing in and reaching out and grabbing the loose puck is the goaltender.
Schooley, a handful of a couple GOAT players that recently just got done with a charity game down at the Island, the Army Island Sports Center for Urban Impact. Raised $5,000. So Schooley and a bunch of his buddies put on a very good showing just about an hour ago. Now they're here in a very important playoff game.
Yeah. Trevino off the draw. We'll move this one down to Rosensteel. Back to the point. Schaff. Schaff rotating. We'll try and send it back to Trevino. Too far for his liking. And it'll go all the way down, almost behind the net. We'll take it behind himself. Long nice pass. Tried to hit Schaff, but it would have been offside, so an icing is the call.
White, A+ opportunity here off this face-off. As Sean O'Donnell, you talked about at the beginning, has missed the last couple games. When he is in the lineup, he is probably the best two-way center that you could have out there. If you remember last season, him on the face-off circle is one of the best.
Yeah. Wins another one, this time to George. George try and sends it around the wall. Won't go so. The clearing attempt kept in by George. White still will have possession. O'Donnell over to George. George now with movement. Drops to O'Donnell. Over to Belly. Belly tries to send it down. Teal will turn it around, and now here they come. Jack Edwards scores! Jack Edwards! Teal takes the lead.
That's what you need from your captain if you're Teal. Get some space, open up the goaltender, pick your spot, get your team back the lead. Edwards' 8th of the season. We talked about all season long how well the depth of Team Teal's been. They're without McKenzie, their captain steps up to the plate, 2-1 Teal.
Yeah, without McKenzie, who has 12 goals on the season for this Teal team. So definitely missing a big piece on that offense. Teal will send that one the length of the ice, and it'll be an icing. White will have another offensive zone draw. O'Donnell still on the ice.
Yes, very important draw here for them. You mentioned with Teal, though. Next close to AJ Schaff with 9. Jack Edwards with 8. Scully with 5.
Williams has 9.
Yeah, Williams with 9 as well. Acklin with 5. That's probably one of the most spread across scoring sheets that we have in the GOAT League.
Williams will have it off the draw. He'll move this one forward just a little bit for Acklin. Acklin will send it behind the net. A little bit of dump and chase. White will come out with it, but a couple Teal bodies digging for it. Acklin will lose it again, though. Evans fighting for it. No one can really get possession of the puck right now, but now Evans has it. He moves it over to Wise. Wise will carry it over the blue line. Moving in at the top of the circle, can't get the shot off because of Malbouf. Pass attempt to the point will go to Schooley instead, and now here comes Teal. In, shot goes up in the air by Williams. Goldfein will hand that down with his huge frame. O'Donnell can't get the pass across. Off the wall will go to Goldfein, but he will lose it to Schooley. Schooley loses it though to O'Donnell. He'll send it around. Evans is there for White. White leaves it for Valentine. Back to Valentine after a little pass from Evans. Teal with a lot of pressure in the offensive zone, and it almost worked out there, but White able to regain possession.
3 men on the ice here is a little bold strategy from White.
Yeah, finally getting back on the ice is Ferrantino, as Sawicki will carry it. After an almost full sail change, Sawicki try and go through, can't get it through Volsky. Schaff, the length of the ice, over to Schooley. Schooley puts on the brakes, drops it. Rosensteel in, tries to find Schooley. Deflected on the pass. Schooley will steal it off a White stick, sent out in front. Rebound, scores! A.J. Schaff! And it's 3-1.
10th goal of the season for Schaff. Filling in that McKenzie spot and leading goal scorer on the active roster right now. 3-1 Teal. Beautiful goal there from AJ Schaff.
I mentioned earlier, Teal, a lot of their goals coming in off the rush. White, a lot of their goals coming in off zone time. Two very different teams that kind of play well together then, because Teal's scoring off the rush and White, you're getting your offensive zone time then.
Yeah. I'm not surprised if this ends up being a tie game here very soon.
Schooley's attempt gets stopped by Valentine. He's still with it, though, behind the net. Pinned by Valentine. It'll come out to Rosensteel, digging for it. Trying to get around Lieb, but Lieb will steal it from him. 3-on-2. Here comes Valentine to Lieb. Lieb shot over the net. Rosensteel will get it. Off the wide miss. Schaff's pass won't go. Here comes Valentine. Goes down behind the net. Sent out in front for Lieb. Lieb spin around shot goes just wide. Lucky for Teal. Volsky didn't see that one. Rims it around. Lieb will send it back behind the net. Ferentino can't get it. Lieb with it for White. Tries to go for backhand passes to Wiki. Poked by Trevino, but still finds the stick. Held along the boards by Trevino. Eventually coming out with it is Rosensteel for Teal, who moving forward to Schaff. AJ Schaff, lots of speed, moving in over the net. Keeping it at the line just barely is Edwards. Edwards moving in, tries to go for the pass across. Couldn't find the stick of Acklin. Acklin across. Malbouf down. Sent back to Malbouf, couldn't get a stick on it. Couldn't get a handle on it. That one's going to be sent down to Edwards in the corner. Out in front, shot there, goes ricocheting out to the point. Acklin across, Williams tipped, save made. Teal with some good pressure there.
Yeah, it all starts with Tristan Trevino at the other end. He holds Ferentino and another body along the wall, gets that separation for that 3-on-2 to start it out, and then the ozone time for Teal. If there is a Norris in this league, I think Tristan Trevino is probably my #1 candidate as of right now.
I think him and Malbouf are the only two serious candidates, I feel, for that award.
I don't know who else I'd put. Right? Maybe Bodie Wise?
Maybe. Brody George moving in. His shot will go in. Taking the lead down to 1. It's 3-2 in favor of Teal.
The hero from last week in overtime, Brody George. He's feeling it. Once his offense starts to get rolling, it's led by number 12 here for Team White.
Teal hoping to not fumble this lead like they did last week.
Remember the lead they also blew to purple 2 weeks ago as well.
Schooley drops it to Malbouf. Malbouf gets around George for 1. Pass this one down to Williams. Williams will pass it over to Schooley. Schooley to Malbouf. Malbouf circling around into the crease. Couldn't get it. Williams with it now. His shot will go over the net and into the netting. Malbouf he was a bull with the horns as he was going into this crease no matter what.
Yeah, it looked a little shaken. Now he's going to head to the bench, but what a job there from the defenseman getting down there, helping his offense, getting a really good scoring opportunity at 3:30 to go.
Yeah, this period gone by pretty fast. A little less scoring than last game. That was 8-8 after the first period. This one 3-2. Trevino at the point. Over to Schooley. Schooley will flip this one down to Rosensteel. Rosensteel down to Trevino. Moving in. Save made! What a save. Is now White looking to counteract. Up to O'Donnell. All the way over to Goldfein. Just out of reach as he would have been all alone in front. Moves that one over to O'Donnell. He's alone. Save made by Volsky. Back-to-back great saves. Teal. Now they're looking to get off. Rosensteel still with it. Back to Trevino. Sent in front. Tipped wide by Williams. Sent out in front. Over to Schooley. Schooley winds. Fire. Save made. And covered. Wow.
What a sequence between these two teams. Just last week, we're going through the playoff scenarios, right? White was pretty much the odd team out going into it. They have lost 3 of their last 4 games, 3 straight before last week. And they won in overtime to get to this point.
Yeah.
They're kind of in this position where we shouldn't be here, but they are. And they're performing very well.
Trevino's shot pass. That one there goes wide. Schooley's shot saved away. Still with it is Teal. Schaff moves it down to Schooley. Schooley dancing. Save made again. Goalie show for sure tonight. Trevino needs the missed defense. He still has it. He'll move back to the point to Rosensteel. Offsides. Rosensteel couldn't get back in time. Just barely.
Yeah. Right call. Sadly, the right call there if you're a fan of offense. Look up at the scoreboard, Andrew. I have no idea if this is right, but Teal has 22 shots.
Yeah. It's a crazy number, especially compared to White, who has 11.
Yes.
So we don't know how accurate this is. We didn't have shots last game.
I would love to know the shot total from last game.
Here's Evans carrying in. He'll drop it to Valentine. Over to Lieb. Can't corral it. Goldfein will pick it up. Goldfein dancing through. Poked away by Edwards. Across to Goldfein. Still with it. Moves it down in front to Lieb. Can't find his stick. Acklin will bounce it off the wall all the way down and will be in icing as he couldn't get the right bounce.
Offensive zone draw for White.
50 seconds.
Yeah, they have the change. They're gonna get one fresh body on.
Lieb in on the draw for White. Down to 35 seconds. He'll win it. Can't get around Malbouf though. But White will retain possession. Valentine, his shot gets blocked. Acklin moves it up to Edwards. Edwards all the way up to Williams. 15 seconds to go. Puck is up in a White body, and now here comes Lieb. 10 seconds to go. Xavier Lieb moving in, waits, puts on the brake, save made on Evans. As that will do it for the period. Teal will take a 3-2 lead into the second period. We will take a 2-minute break and be back for the second period. We are back, second period about to get underway. What are your thoughts heading into the second period?
I think the biggest thing here for Teal is trust your defense. You have the two best here in Malbouf and Trevino. Scoring is fun, defense is funner, and wins you championships. If you're White, it is full send right off the get-go here. Challenge Teal.
Off the draw, a little bit of pressure here. As you said, here comes White. Coming out with it, Kamzik. Over to Sawicki, back to the point. Valentine passes this one down. Kamzik will chase it around. Tries to send it in front, no one there. Sawicki will gain it, back to Kamzik. Over to Valentine. Shot save made, rebound available for Sawicki. Rebound again! Ferrantino can't bury it. Trevino with multiple bodies on him. Who will come out with it? It'll be Schooley for Teal. Schooley will flip this one forward. AJ Schaff puts on the brakes. Waits for his man. Will circle back to the neutral zone, killing time and waiting for Malbouf.
It seems more like an overtime, where it's more of a possession game.
Malbouf will move this one over to Rosensteel. Rosensteel in front from Malbouf. Can't find the stick. Pass will bounce over to Kamzik and White. He'll move this one forward to Ferrantino. Teal with the full change. Moves it forward to O'Donnell and White. White took a while to enter the zone. Had to dump it in was O'Donnell. And in return, Teal will have it with Malbouf. Here comes Malbouf. He'll drop it to Edwards. Edwards tried to go back to Malbouf. Couldn't find the stick. Malbouf gets it poked off his stick, but straight to Jack Edwards. He's dancing with Belly. Ferentino trying to come out with it. Pass will go all the way out to the point to Acklin. Over to Malbouf. Malbouf's shot is blocked. Malbouf will leave it for Edwards. Loses it to O'Donnell. Now here comes O'Donnell with speed. Chased by Edwards. Save made. Penalty coming. Edwards to the box, but a necessary penalty.
Yeah, very, very necessary. You think if you're White here, are you trying to challenge for a penalty shot? Looks like they're not going to get it. What do you think? Think it was warranted, maybe?
I think it was warranted. He had him beat for sure.
Yep. Only a power play, though, here.
Yep. Power play for White. Don't have a power play goal this season, but last season, O'Donnell had 2. Teal will send it around and out of the zone. Just past the stick of George, so this will go all the way down and kill a lot of time. George waiting. He'll now pick up the Jets. Moving forward. Drops it for Goldfein, no one there, but keeping it at the line is Wise. He'll move it over to George. Back to the point. Wise holds. Down, Goldfein. In front. Rebound, can't get the shot off Williams with a great defensive play. Wise. Across, Goldfein. To George. George down to O'Donnell. O'Donnell across, can't find the stick of Goldfein. Wise. Down to Goldfein. Sent in, shot there, goes off the bar. Rebound was available for O'Donnell, but cleared all the way down by Teal. Less than a minute to go in the power play.
They get a full change, does Teal as well.
George chased by Rosensteel. Over to Goldfein. No change on the White side. Goldfein cutting in behind the net. Still with it, down to George. George waiting. Down to O'Donnell. He'll loop it around. Back to the point. Wise. George. Down to Goldfein. Back to George. Shot, save made. Rebound. Still digging for it. He'll come out and scores! Zach Goldfein on the power play, and it's a tie game.
Up to that point, the triangle method defensively was perfect for Teal. And then that one shot, loose rebound, Goldfein all over it. 6th of the season, tie game.
Edwards will be out on the drop of the puck. Time has expired. My mistake, he will just be out.
That works too.
Off the draw, Rosensteel will win this one forward. Edwards with a head of speed will be the first one to it. White playing a little pickup around him, though, as this puck will eventually find the stick of Schaff, and Teal will gain full possession. Rosensteel moves it over to Schaff. White after the interception. Lieb will send it backwards to Evans. Evans enters the zone, across. Lieb. Lieb circles over the FedEx logo. Intercepted by Schaff. Here comes AJ Schaff. Moving forward, has Rosensteel, tries to go there, hops over the stick though. Rosensteel still with it, tries to find Schooley. Too many bodies in the lane. And White will turn it around. Here comes Evans. Drops it to Ferentino. Across. Quick shot by Lieb, won't go. Shot there. Won't go. Shot by Lieb, won't go. And it'll loop all the way around. Volsky lost his footing a little bit, so quick shot was definitely warranted. Just missed the net.
A little dangerous there if you're the Teal defense.
I don't know if they just haven't been keeping track or what, but Teal has not had a shot this period.
I don't think that's right.
I don't think it's right either. Ferentino. He will send it around for Lieb. Lieb to Evans. Back to Lieb. He'll make his way around the dot. Across to Belly. Belly over. Ferentino waits. Spin around shot blocked by Evans. Teal trying to get out of their zone. Evans over to Ferentino. Shot save made Volsky. Lieb fighting for it with Acklin. He'll go out to Ferentino. Down to Evans. Back to Ferentino. Winds. Waits. Poked away there. Now here comes Teal with Williams. Williams moving in across to Acklin. Can't corral it. Goes under the stick. Back to Williams. Williams behind the net. Will leave it. Edwards across. Can't find Malbouf. He will just sling it down to the corner. Acklin is there. Acklin with a little reverse hit on Belly, but Belly getting the better of it. Here comes White. Moving forward, it's Kamzik. In, pass, save made Volsky. Malbouf with it. Up to Edwards. Jack Edwards, the captain. Over to Schaff. Teal is changing. Schaff will wait. Dancing around. Can't get past Kamzik. He'll pass it to Malbouf. Malbouf back to Schaff. Schaff tries to find Malbouf. Will get it off a rebound. Dancing with it. Here's Schooley. Schooley tries to get around O'Donnell. Tried to send it toward the slot, but no one was there but Wise. Wise now for White. Into the zone. Moving in. Shot gets deflected wide. George over to Wise. Wise shot goes over the net. Gonna ride the boards and head all the way out. O'Donnell will corral for White. He'll move it to George. Brody George over. Wise. Dances around Schaff. And passes it to George. Moving in is George. Can't get around. Cutting in front. Poke check by Volsky. Into the corner. George in the slot. Shot goes off the bar. Goldfein. Into the slot. Shot in front for O'Donnell. Across. No one there. Trevino will pick it for Teal. Moves it forward. Here comes Rosensteel. He'll move it over. Schooley. Waits. Fires. Rebounds available. Can't pull the trigger was Rosensteel. Shaft to Trevino. Trevino down to Rosensteel. Dancing in. Can't get around. George. And George takes him down. Poked forward. Almost had a breakaway. Was O'Donnell the other direction. Both teams going for a change. George will move it forward to Goldfein. Can't get around Malbouf, but it'll go to O'Donnell. He's moving in. Rebound off of Volsky, and it goes in! Sean O'Donnell, the captain, gives White their first lead of the game.
Wow. Sean O'Donnell, what a way to come back for your team. Lucky bank shot or a skilled bank shot, you tell me. Regardless, White takes the lead here 4-3.
I mean, skilled in the fact he pulled Volsky so far out of the net that he had to he could bounce it in off of him. Ferentino off the draw. White has been dominant all period. Acklin has Ferentino all over him. Causes him to lose the puck. Malbouf comes out with it for Teal. Teal passes it forward. Malbouf across. Williams. Almost an own goal for White. Williams behind the net. Holding over to Malbouf. Malbouf gets this one down to Edwards. Edwards slings around behind the net. With it, trying to send it in front. No one there. White will go. Here's Goldfein. Goldfein taken on by George. Flipped across. Ferentino. Shot. Save made. With speed, here comes Edwards. 3-on-1 for Teal. Edwards across to Malbouf. Save made. Rebound not going for Williams. Malbouf can't get a stick on that one. Here comes Lieb for White. Xavier Lieb Tries to dance around Schooley, can't get past him. Still with it, he'll move it over. Kamzik, shot, scores! Case Kamzik, a 2-goal lead for White with 11:20 to go.
Oh boy. Teal in a spot they definitely don't want to be in, especially having a nice little lead. And the offense kind of gone dry here in the second half.
If that's correct, they haven't had a shot, but I know that's not correct. The shot's on the board.
Yes.
Off the draw. Schooley with lots of speed, tries to beat Belly to it. Belly will hold him off and leave it for Evans. Teal's going to try and turn up, I feel. They need something. They need something fast. Move this one forward, but not like this. Case Kamzik moving in. Save made by Volsky. Kamzik still with it. Had Trevino all over him. Rosensteel tries to find him. Won't get there. Belly with it. Belly will leave it. Sawicki. Over to George. George dancing in. Shot goes wide. Rebound almost available. Sawicki with it. 10 minutes to go. It goes out to the point to Wise. Wise's shot blocked by Trevino. Schooley will take it for Teal. Schooley's shot, save made. Rebound was dropped, but is covered. Under 10 to go. Teal needs one fast if they want this back.
Yeah, they definitely do, and this is the draw to do so here. Time's not in your favor. You got to get going right here, right now. Something of interest as well, both the captains of purple and black are at the respective doors watching this game.
Teal won the draw, but a quick jump by White, and they're able to take it. George across. Evans pulls. Big hit there thrown by Williams. No call. Could that be the moment they need? Williams loses it to Malbouf. Dancing in. Save made. Held off by George. Williams still with it. Sends it down. It'll go up to the point. Getting around is Evans. Here comes Evans. Mark Evans. Breakaway. Save made by Volsky. Malbouf on the reverse. Cutting in. Shot. Oh! A slow shot almost beats our goaltender.
Broken stick
Broken
on Sawicki.
stick. Evans now bounces over his stick. It's going to make its way. Acklin moving in. Shot. Save made. George. He'll leave it. Schaff to Trevino. Trevino in. Fans on that one. Might have hit George high. That one's going to go out to the point. Schaff. Shot. Save made. Rebound. Not available for Teal. O'Donnell will move this one over to Evans, who will move it back to O'Donnell. White seemingly slowing down the pace now. Seemingly what we saw with Teal in the first. That one's going to be sent up to Goldfein. Goldfein reversing with Ferrantino. Ferrantino has it now. Sent behind the back. Tried to find Goldfein, but will find Trevino instead. Schooley with it. Move it over to Edwards. Edwards drops the Schaff all the way across to Schooley. Can't corral it. Now here comes White once again. Ferrantino all the way to Goldfein. Moving in. Save made Volsky. And played, no whistle. Trevino up to Edwards. Jack Edwards moving in. Misses the net wide. O'Donnell will send that one away from Teal. Over to get it is Goldfein. Goldfein loses it though. Here's Rosensteel. Rosensteel moving in. Shot goes wide and into the netting. That was almost bad on that turnover.
Yeah. But goaltenders bailing each other out on both sides here. If you're Teal, if you wanted to whistle anything other than a goal, this is probably the whistle you wanted here to maintain the zone.
Yeah. In on the draw is Williams. Williams won't win it. O'Donnell will send it down the ice, racing after it lead, but Volsky will get it for Teal. He'll send it behind the net to Malbouf. He'll move it forward to Schaff. Schaff pass is intercepted by Lieb. Offsides, unable to get back is Ferentino.
That was close.
I think it was offsides, but
If it was barely, because I love the effort there from Team White to try to match that up perfectly. If that works, that's a pretty good opportunity against Volsky.
moving forward, winning it forward is Teal, but unable to get their own, and sending it into his own bench was Valentine.
Yeah, a face-off in front of the Team White bench. Down under 6 to go here.
No, it's going to be in the Teal.
Okay.
It's going to be in the white zone. This is huge for Teal. 5:50 to go. Down by 2. Teal will win the draw. Malbouf down to Rosensteel. Across the Schaff. Sent across. Dancing with it. Sent back in by Rosensteel. Schaff. At the line. White doing great defensively, unable to really allow Teal into the slot. Basically this whole period. But Teal not going away quietly. They now have some possession, not able to keep it in those Williams. Here comes Ferentino. Malbouf is back, loses it for a second is Ferentino. He will circle back. Top of the circle. Sends it across. Kamzik. In, shot, save made and held by Volsky. Under 5 minutes to go.
Seen a little chippiness between both sides. Some little hacks and whacks going both ways. But only the 1 penalty called for the clear as day penalty in front of Volsky.
Kind of turned on the white team.
Yes, it did.
Here comes Teal. Edwards. Moving in. Tries to pass that one across. No one there. Evans to get it for White. Trying to turn that one and just sends it into open space so that Lieb can get there. Sent over to George. George taken by Trevino. To Lieb in front. Still with it. Dancing with it. Tried to get around. Sent behind the net. Blocked by Trevino. Edwards with it for Teal. He'll wait. Sends it off the boards to Trevino. Trevino in front. Scores! George Acklin with a beautiful tip in. And Trevino picks up the puck, and they're lining right back up.
Yeah, Teal's going to waste no time here. They want to keep this rolling.
A quick one, and now Teal wanting to put the pressure on. Not letting White catch their breath. Rosensteel. Over. Schooley. Sent in front. Tipped again by Acklin. This time held. Tried to run the same set play. Unable to do so as we are about to hit the 3-minute mark where the period will start slowing down.
Yeah. That play, though, whatever Teal, has decided to execute, it has looked deadly. That might be a little cheat code there.
Tried to go for a wraparound off the steal with Acklin. Teal with some new life here. George will clear this one out to Wise. Under the 3-minute mark. Wise with it. Tries to send it across. Can't find him. Volsky gets taken out by a leg, but here comes Teal. Malbouf. Forward to Rosensteel. Taken down, but here is Schaff. Schaff in. Shot save made. Rebound is loose. Can't get there is Williams. Digging for it, Schaff as he tries to get it off Sawicki. Penalty upcoming. And that's a backbreaker for Teal as they're going to be killing for basically the last minute of the last time in this game.
AJ Schaff, 2 for holding. There will 27 seconds of run over time here.
I mean, they can get that shorthanded jailbreak goal.
Yes.
What do you do if you're Teal? Do you try and go for the shorty, or do you try and go for the kill for the 27 seconds?
Well, look who they have on the ice here. 2 defensemen, and Malbouf and Trevino. They look like they're trying to play prevent here.
Prevent to allow 27 seconds. Maybe look for a Schaff home run out of the box. O'Donnell will pass this one all the way back to Wise. Wise back to O'Donnell. Playing catch with each other. This one will go to Goldfein, though. Poked off by Trevino. He was all over him. O'Donnell called offsides as he held the puck over the line.
Carter Williams, the lone forward on the ice. You even saw Trevino there for a second try to take it up himself here.
Not unlikely to score a goal. He has one. He had 2 last year.
Swap Trevino and Scully here for the PK.
Off the draw, White will win it back. Wise. Over to O'Donnell. Back to Wise behind the net. Under 2 to go in this first semifinal game. Wise carrying in. Behind the net. Definitely playing some prevent from Teal.
Kind of have to. I mean, even a shot, there's a break the other way.
Bad pass. And a clear attempt won't go. Malbouf moves this one forward. Jack Rosensteel off the bench. Moving in. Scores! Teal ties it. Short-handed. With a minute 23 to go.
Wow. I was going to say, what a terrible change by Teal. And then O'Donnell loses it. The clearing attempt by Teal springs Rosensteel free for his second of the game. We're all tied up at 5.
The jailbreak goal, so 1:23 on the clock, and it's even. White was going to have a power play for another minute.
Wow.
And now it's a tie game. Trevino. Moving over. Here comes Schaff. Out of the box. Tries to get around George. Will power his way, but no one there in Teal. Here comes Lieb. Lieb moves this one forward. Kamzik tried to find George, but tipped over him. Lieb at the point will send it into the corner. No one there for White, so Trevino will collapse. Moving forward once again. Here's Schooley. Schooley puts on the brakes to get around George. Schooley in front. Just going wide is Rosensteel. Schooley still with it. 30 seconds. Shot. Save made. Rebounds available. No one going for it. As that one's going to be cleared out finally by White. 27 seconds. Malbouf with it. Over to Rosensteel. Back to Malbouf. Puts on the brakes. Malbouf still with it. Backhand. Makes it to Rosensteel. Shot. Won't go. Lieb moves it forward. George. 7 seconds. Mark Evans. Save made by Folsky. And we're going to overtime between these two again.
They can just never do it in regulation, can they?
They never can. What a game.
Dramatic. The flair for the dramatic between these two. We go back to their first meeting this season. Teal beats White 10-5. Most recent meeting, White wins an OT thanks to Brody George 7-6. Now the winner of this game will win 6-5. But in which way? Here for overtime.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one for sure. Lot of back and forth there at the end. Almost having a chance to win it with 2 on the clock would have been Evans. As he had the breakaway, picks it up with 2 seconds whenever he crosses that line. If I'm not mistaken, this is our first ever playoff overtime game.
The championship was won in overtime last year.
That's right. How quickly I forget.
Purple defeating red, so Trevino was on the wrong side of it last year.
And Malbouf.
Malbouf.
So I believe we'll go to 3-on-3. I didn't think it changed in a.
Yeah, same rules.
On the ice will be Edwards, Trevino, and Schaff, Lieb, Belly, and George for White. So a big spot here for Belly is he was someone who was not originally on this team.
Yeah, just kind of a late addition to this roster. He's played in every game since week 2.
Lieb will carry in for White off the faceoff win. Always important in overtime to get possession. Moving across, poked wide by George. Almost another one. This will be sent down, and Belly will get it for White. Bailey moves it over to George. George carries for White. Can't get around Edwards. Teal now has possession up to Trevino. Too far for him. It'll go to Wise. Trevino with lots of speed almost beat George to that one. Trevino's feeling it right now. He does not want another playoff overtime loss. 4 bodies all digging for this puck. It'll come out to the 5th man in George. Brody George once again flips it over. Blocked though. And it's up to Malbouf. Here comes Teal. Malbouf has one with him. He finds him. Acklin shot. Save made. Rebound is loose. They score! Jack Rosensteel wins it for Teal in overtime.
In a big way, Jack Rosensteel coming in as a substitution gets a hat trick, a jailbreak to tie it on the breakaway, and then a chance here in overtime to be the hero. Teal 6-5, 6th win of the season, and they're going to the championship.
Teal with the absolute comeback, I don't know, over the season, because, I mean, you had some better ones during the season.
Yes.
But a huge comeback, and White on the wrong end of a comeback again.
Wow. I don't think you could have scripted this any better. The script writers absolutely cooked with this.
Yeah.
one.
As we get the handshake line for this semifinal matchup, Teal finishes last place last year, lost the toilet bowl last year,
Yep.
and is going to the finals of the Cranberry Cup next week in one season.
You know, we said the same narrative last year with Purple. They didn't win a single game in Season 2. They come on top in Season 3, take down all the big dogs and win the championship. Teal is now looking to follow in Big Brother's footsteps here. And you know, the game that we previewed in Week 3 between Purple and Teal, you said this might be the championship matchup we're going to see. We're going to find that out.
We're going to find that out very shortly, and not only if the hypothetical they beat Purple next week, not only would that be the second time that a last place team goes on to win in the championship, it'd be the second time that would happen against the previous champion, because Purple did it against Red, who won the season before.
It's kind of crazy. It just, you know, this league works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Does that mean Green is the odds-on favorite to win next year?
No, Red.
Oh boy,
They lost. They lost.
but they didn't get the first overall. Okay.
They didn't get the first overall pick.
So Red's the odds-on favorite.
Neither did Purple.
Yep.
They traded their pick that
That's
year
true.
too.
To Teal.
To Teal, yeah.
for Braxton Whitehead.
So that will do it for our first semifinal matchup. Teal takes it in overtime, 6-5 over White, thanks to the Rosensteel hat trick. We will be back in 10-ish minutes for the second semifinal matchup between Purple and Black.
Our final semi-final game here from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. It's the number 2 seeded Team Purple, number 3 seeded Team Black. I'm Caden McCrory alongside me, Evan Smith. The winner of this game will face on the number 1 ranked Team Teal, who won in overtime just moments ago. Evan, this is, I think, the game we've all been looking forward to a lot.
Yeah, I think they put it in the main event slot for a reason, not just to get a second national anthem that will blow your ears out because this microphone is so loud, but I think this game itself might be even louder. For me, it's a battle of Purple. They've got some strategy to work out because they're usually led by that Penn State core, but they're missing 2 of those big guys going up against Carson Fry, who's, in my opinion, been the best goalie in the GOAT League this season.
On the other end, Chase Hale has done very well for himself, 3 into a 9.40. As Evan mentioned, Carson Fry holding a 3.296 goals against average. The last time these two teams played, Purple won 9-3. It was a lot more lopsided, and Black was missing a lot of their players, but now seemingly in a full roster except for Austin Orbitz.
And on top of that, Purple, like we mentioned, is missing a few, so it's kind of a role reversal in the right time that Black would want to have that.
Black with a loss last week, or excuse me, a win last week against Red 12-8 to get them in this position, knocking off a team that has beat them twice in the playoffs in 2023 and 2024. And now a chance to get to their first ever Cranberry Cup finales for Purple, the reigning champions.
Yeah, and they lost last week to Green, but I think we were kind of talking, we don't know if they were necessarily trying in that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some strategy, maybe they didn't want Green to get that last playoff spot. So in this one, you can look at it, they're either going to come in motivated or missing some players. Maybe it's the other way around.
We'll find out, but first, down to the national anthem, their good friend Jeff.
Tear to my eye every time.
What a way to get this thing going.
It's electric.
As Purple to the right of us, Black to the left. As, is that who I think it is? Christian Humphreys is playing for Purple, I think.
Oh, wait.
Huh. Talk about asset management by Purple. How did they get Christian Humphreys to play for them?
Wait.
He is also wearing number 13, so that's not going to be confusing whatsoever.
And wearing darn near the same equipment because the helmet's not going to help.
Yeah, him and Conyan look exactly the same. But okay, Humphreys on Purple. Let's see how this one goes.
Bird didn't want to be eliminated for long.
Purple wins the phase. We'll go back to Saxon Robertson. Plays it over to Captain Evan Conyan. Conyan goes up ice with Humphreys to his left. Humphreys walks to the middle, fires one on. Stopped there by Carson Fry.
If that first goal of the game was taken by Christian Humphrey, the GOAT League really is the closest you can get to like WWE hockey. Is that Christian Humphrey's music?
Don't do this in honor of our fallen WWE superstars. Woo!
The great Kali just comes out in goalie.
We're just going to see one player from every team separated on the championship rosters come next week.
Yeah, they put a new one on the ice every
Every
20
shift.
seconds. You got to throw them through the boards to eliminate them.
Black with possession. Mikulski sends this one wide back. Is Tyler Love to retrieve here in the opening minute of purple versus black, 2 versus 3 game here in the semifinals. Love shot here sails around the horn. Back to retrieve here is Team Black. Justin Gibson, younger brother of Ducks, well, I should say Red Wings goaltender John Gibson. Turns this over to DeMarsico. Plays it over to his brother. Stuck away. Rebound is there. Shot wide by Braden Ford. DeMarsico to the point to Muller. Goes out wide to DeMarsico. Matt DeMarsico fumbles with it. Stays on sides. DeMarsico. Drop pass to Ford. As net comes off the moorings here of Carson Fry here at 21:30.
We need a GOAT League Netflix documentary to figure out how some of these transactions have happened.
Just Humphreys gets thrown on purple. Rosensteel and Malboof get thrown on Team Teal.
Whatever trade it is, it's far better than anything General Manager Ben Charrington has done in the last 6 years.
General managers Evan Connian and Jack Edwards are in the running for GM of the year, I guess.
Do they know baseball?
We'll find out.
I mean,
Interim GMs.
I've met platypuses that know baseball better than the Pirates General Manager at the moment, so...
Any slander on Ben Sherrington is 100% warranted. Here is Braden Ford, out wide here to Zach Hickson. Takes us into the Team Black zone. Hickson holds on a shot, sails wide over the net. Nick Sawicki, one of the veterans of the GOAT League, takes us along his bench, gets barred away by DeMarsico. DeMarsico with some room. Gonna play this one forward to Connian. Connian waiting. Puts one on, blocked away by Morehouse. Humphreys sends one high to Connian. Down low to DeMarsico. Mike DeMarsico walks his way in, gets around Morehouse, who his forehand can't elevate the puck, and denied by Carson Fry.
Yeah, it looked like he just couldn't find a lane to give the puck off to anyone. And when you're right there point blank, it's going to take a big highlight. You just didn't have it in him at that moment.
As Rock Your Body gets played again, I think this is the 5th time, at least that I've been here today, that I've heard this song.
Honestly, all the music is so loud, I can't even tell it apart. All I hear is pain.
The shot there by Hickson with a screen, Fry all over it. It's the same couple of songs down there.
See, as long as I don't hear that, don't you know, pump it up.
Oh
So
boy.
it traumatizes me.
Off the draw, Hickson a shot denied by Fry with some help. He moved up by Tyler Love. The RMU alum moves this for Michalski. His shot sails wide. Now a breakaway developing for Humphreys. Humphreys one-on-one to the backhand denied. Team Black takes possession. Wolkoskis quickly over to Mikulski. Mikulski down the right wall. Puts one on. Chase Hale gets the stop. Played back.
Chase Hale throws a puck?
Oh, I don't appreciate any Chase Hale slander.
But who is he and what did he do with the real Chase Hale?
Last week, Chase Hale was completely different. Ian Kush just looks like he's going to head to the locker room for a quick minute.
I do find it funny watching our PA announcer down there actively be extremely confused as to what is going on with these rosters as well.
There's one dead giveaway, you know it's Christian Humphreys. One, he's about better than everyone else on the ice, and 2, he's wearing Colorado Avalanche pants. Wolkoskis getting bodied by Robertson, who gives him a couple of love taps along the wall. Mikulski around to Del Signor. On the FedEx logo, sticked in there by Braden Ford. Robertson to clear, gets it up for Ford at center ice, bounces to Wolkoskis, and retreat. Wolkoskis to Del Signor. DeMarsico all over it. Tries to take it forward, leaves it off for Ford. Ford breakaway to the backhand, opens up Fry and gets in the back of the net. Braden Ford opens the scoring. It's 1-0 purple.
And a clutch gene, that's the kind of highlight we haven't seen from him at all in this league, honestly, for the games that I can remember. He's been very good on the defensive end. Then he gets to the offensive end. He usually can't pull those kind of moves off. Playoffs, though, takes a step up.
7 goals, now making 8 on the season for Ford in terms of GOAT League. Had only 1 in his freshman season with Penn State last year. One of those players that the Nittany Lions want to see an impact in his sophomore season, like they saw with Dowiak and DeMarsico.
Rush forward there like a Ford Bronco.
Black the other way, 2-on-1. Boyson leads the rush, save with the shoulder. Rebound is there. Push the wall by DeMarco. Sends us around the horn, finds Evan Conyon. Cross ice to Marsico. Up ice with both number 13s. Finds Humphreys. Back to Hickson. Purple changing. Hickson has to retreat. Finds Ian Kushis. Down the left wall. Kushis tries to drive his way in. Stripped away there by Gibson. Stretch pass. Doesn't work in Team Black's favor. Shots favoring Team Purple 7-2 here at the 16-minute mark of the first half. Humphreys walks in, looking for some space. Sends this one down low, finds a man in Robertson, and it'll be covered up here by Carson Fry.
Yeah, Purple just, there's not much to say. They're just in total control. I think that it's led by Christian Humphreys. Whatever they did to get him on that roster, it's been a clear difference maker in this first 8 minutes.
Ford on the faceoff. Robertson, their trade acquisition, they give up a haul and a half to get him to control that blue line, be one of the pests that they kind of love to play with. DeMarsico walks in, take this underneath.
By Hall, are we talking like Rafael Flores or Eduardo Tate level?
Oh, probably Rafael Flores, I'd say. Say that Purple got the better player, Green got the assets to go get more players. Here's Braden Ford now. Lone goal scorer. Pushed away by Morehouse. Pops out to Sawicki. 3-on-2. Sawicki with Boyson and Morehouse. Finds Morehouse. Down low to Boyson. Put wide of the nets. Boyson to Morehouse. Played wisely by DeMarsico. Shot from the point by Love. Covered up by Hale. And whoa, DeMarsico crunches Sawicki.
Wow. No words there.
As Sawicki slow to his feet, as the name of the game with Mike DeMarsico, the co-captain, was always to get physical. And he shows that very early on here in the first half.
Yeah, that was like, who was that guy who just ripped Brooks Orpik down and punched him?
Can't remember the exact, I know the moment you're talking about, I can't think of the game though.
John Thornton.
That's it, yep.
Yeah, John Thornton vibe for that one. Man, if Reese Laubach was here, we'd be at war.
Shot here by Humphreys. Goes high over the net. As you wonder if it was just like a verbal like one warning and then maybe the next one will call. We'll see how this plays out because we know Purple in these kind of games is notorious for getting physical very early. We saw the line brawl last year. We'll see if it matches that tempo again.
One of the funniest moments.
2-on-1 to Conyon off the give of Humphreys. Fry gets a piece of it. Humphreys sends it off to the corner to DeMarsico. Look to the middle to Conyon, broken up by Love along with Wilkoskis. Back to Del Signor. Purple goes for some changes. Del Signor to Tyler Love. Down the right wall, looks for Del Signor, just couldn't get a handle on it. Ford picks up the errant puck. 2-on-1 with DeMarsico, broken up by Wilkoskis. In retreat, DeMarsico looking for Ford. Ford and DeMarsico head for some changes. Mikulski, 1-on-2 into the zone. Hickson plays it off to the corner and crunches him behind the net. The Purple defense getting involved now as Mikulski lines him up in front of the Team Black bench, and both of them will exchange some words. Hickson and Mikulski look like they're both going to take a trip to the box.
Honestly, that should just be Hickson. He just straight up got mad and cross-checked him.
Looks like maybe just Hickson. You're right here, Evan.
So it seemed like a pretty clean, a bit of a battle, but then Hickson just turned around and said, nah, I need a break. But how hard must this Purple team be to play against? Arguably, when you add Christian Humphrey, it's the most talented roster, and they will beat you down.
It's wear and tear. But it'll be Hickson for a cross check. And it'll be a power play for Team Black as Evan Conyon looks for an explanation.
It's fitting Purple's got a guy named Mahler on the roster.
Another substitution on this roster out of Mahler. Has played on a couple of different teams this season. The power play for Black. One power play goal in the season belongs to Justin Gibson. He is on the ice currently with the puck. Down to Ricky Boyson. Up to the top of the circle. Over to Mikulski. To Gibson. Fires. He scores. Justin Gibson. His second power play goal on the season. Black gets it back. We're tied at 1.
Absolutely beautiful one-timer. Had a whole lot of traffic to get through, and it cut the edge of the net absolutely perfectly. I was going to quack, but I don't. That's not relevant anymore, and I don't know what noise a Red Wing makes. Is a Red Wing just like one aspect of a Cardinal?
It's just, or it's just the tire, like it's something with like Detroit Motor Company and Ford and all that. I think.
Can't judge. We got a team called the Steelers. Plus, what, Penguins? What are those?
Yeah, what is that? As Mahler just threw the puck to center ice. Purple getting away with one there, and they'll get it dumped down for a minute to go in the penalty. Here's Aiden Petrov, one of the leading goal scorers of Team Black. Takes us below, looking to set something up. To the point to Cohen Bell Sterling. Back to Petrov, winds up shot glove save. Hale, he'll hold on.
That was just right place. Didn't even have to move his glove much, but holding steady. We've seen a few times this season where he'll get a goal against him and he'll start getting a bit rattled. So far, it seems like that first one didn't shake him.
Chase Hale this season played Albertus Magnus, NCAA, the 3.78 record, 2.54, the 9.22 save percentage, and as we always like to bring up, he was on the Penguins development camp roster the last 2 seasons. It's pretty good honor, I'd say.
Yeah.
15 seconds on the penalty here to Zach Hickson. A goal here for Team Black on that power play. Morehouse pushed off by DeMarco, and Aaron Puck rolls back to the point to Gibson. Gibson to Bell Sterling, winds in a shot. Rebound is there. Hale diving, makes the save. And now here comes Purple. Hickson wanted to go to the bench. And we'll pick this one up down in Team Black zone. In front for Ford, fanned on the attempt. Bell Sterling in retreat.
Hickson tried switching again, and they just wouldn't let him on the bench.
Hickson stuck out there now. As a backhand shot by Boyson, covered up by Hale.
That was interesting because they were telling him to stay on, but then had some other line changes.
Sawicki and DeMarco chatting it up behind the plate. It looks like the new Team Purple head coach for today. It looks to be Colton Mauser. Guess what team he played for? The same one as Christian Humphreys, the same one as Luke Malboof, and the same one for Jack Rosensteel. So Team Red just really scattered around the playoff teams today.
Hey, you got to do something after
elimination.
Cleaning up the toilet this morning.
As Evan reiterated in that first game, they don't even get the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Because they traded for Colton Mauser, actually. Here's Zaxton Robertson. Out wide to Connie and up high to Humphreys. Humphreys walks in shot. Glove save there with some traffic. He'll hold on here at 9 minutes to go in the first half.
Carson Fry just had some aura on that save. Don't know how to describe it. Just the pose, the freeze, everything.
Ooh, a little shifty in that net.
Yeah. Like a little Marc-Andre Fleury. It was a glove hand save, so a little not Matt Murray.
Missed prime Matt Murray. That was Signor off the face-off. Up for Nick Sawicki. Gets crunched by Robertson. Pops out to Kushis, 2-on-1 here. Kushis with Humphreys, elects the shot, goes wide of the nets. Back is Evan Conyon.
Nice, slippery.
Oh, very slippery there for Adam Mahler. Up ice Humphreys. Look to cut to Kushis. He'll get it. Back to Humphreys. Humphreys looking. To the point, Mahler puts one on and denied there by Fry. I don't know if you knew this, but Evan Conyon, DeMarco, and Humphreys all play together in the Ice Castle League on the same team.
I feel like I did half know that.
You think there might be some,
Nepotism?
Yeah, maybe.
Noted the paid Ice Castle League.
They get paid for that?
Thought so.
I think they have sponsorships and stuff. I know that much. Raisin Canes and Logan Coley's team. Don't get us started on that one again.
Ooh, Raisin Cane's the slapper right now. For those who would like to know, I ordered Chick-fil-A during the national anthem.
Is that where you're going after this?
Yeah.
Fair
Every
enough.
week.
That sounds
Usually it's
good.
Condado, but I had to use the parents' credit card for the day.
Fair enough. This puck will go off the high glass, stay in play.
Gotta keep paying that Gavin McKenna NIL money.
Yes, of course.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
All 750,000 of it.
Yeah.
DeMarsico the other way. The Penn State DeMarsico, I should say. Leaves it off for Ford. Puts one on. Glove stop by Hale. He'll hold.
And honestly, it's kind of to the point where, with the Penn State roster adding as much as they did, DeMarsico might be playing for his spot. This summer might be important for him. Brutal truth, Braden Ford likely going to be an odd man out of that lineup. DeMarsico, though, had a chance to be a second-line center, is likely going to be pushed down to that fourth line. Unless, of course, he could show up this summer and then into training camp.
DeMarsico, of course, went to Penguins training camp last year, went to Rangers camp this year.
Trader.
Yeah, definite trader on that one. Has progressed a lot over the last year. The shot comes in, and they'll score. Evan Conyon, the captain, gives Purple back the lead. It's 2-1.
Straight out of Flint, Michigan. Shot that like he was shooting away some water.
Oh, boy.
Wait, different Flint?
No, same Flint. Flint Firebirds. Ontario Hockey League.
Notably not the Waterbirds.
No. That was a good one. I like that.
I don't get why that's like controversial to people.
Waterbirds or Firebirds?
Birds aren't real.
Oh, boy. Okay. I'm not going to get on that topic. No.
Why is that controversial? They just aren't. Anyways.
Oh, boy. Tipped in front here. Covered by Hale. Hickson there to clean the crease. And a couple love taps to Bell Sterling in passing. It's a little fun story here, Evan. The RMU D3 team played in Flint, Michigan every year, right? Mm-hmm. And the broadcaster of the Flint, Michigan games, my good buddy Brian Baker, he went in there and kept talking about the water. And he got the broadcaster to lose his mind about the Flint water. He's like, oh, I haven't heard that one before, buddy. He just kept going, and he got him so pissed off.
I just remember before I was in hockey media, I was just a fan. The Michigan people started rating the Penn State hockey Instagram. So we just flooded them with Yost Ice Arena. Yost Ice is made of Flint water. To the point where they had to turn off comments on all of U Michigan's hockey posts for like weeks.
That's a pretty good job there.
And then
if
they
you
beat
get
us
that.
7-2.
Okay, that's okay. Not this year though, right?
Yeah, not this year. We had some amazing highlights in that game from the likes of Dane Doyak and Matt DeMarsico to take down those little Wolverines, notably named after the Marvel. No, they're not.
These Team Purple players, at least a couple of them, look to get some revenge. Fully on Michigan with some help from that McKenna dude. DeMarsico shot here, stop there.
I don't need revenge on Michigan.
He could have went there, he didn't.
Yeah, but the Big Ten will hurt. Now they're Michigan State more like it.
Yeah, probably. That's where Porter Martone went.
Yeah. Yeah, McKenna, notably wearing green, likely will be wearing green in the GOAT League next year.
Okay. I'd love to see that happen.
I'll talk him into it.
Tampering. Just like Penn State did to him.
I won't tell him which team to go to. If he gets drafted, he gets drafted.
True. DeMarsico brothers on a 2-on-1. Shot comes in. Hale with the save.
We tampered on
Or
Jackson
excuse
Smith,
me.
not him. It's a joke.
Just a joke. They'll ignore the other way. Dangles to the forehand. Hale makes the save.
Don't know why we're talking about tampering when Christian Humphreys is literally on the ice right now.
Probable tampering. We'll see how the league responds.
With a line brawl, probably.
Humphreys the Conyon. Up with DeMarsico. Back to Humphreys. Puts one on in the blue paint. Conyon couldn't pull the trigger. Back up high to Humphreys. DeMarsico going for a change. Humphreys looking for Conyon. Bounces off the stick of Wakaskis. And back to center goes Ian Kushis. For Adam Muller. Now up to Conyon. Wheels this one back. Conyon and Humphreys. All the way to Hickson. That's Purple going for more of a possession game here. Hickson to DeMarsico. Leaves it off for Ford. Purple going for that full change. Ford puts one on. Fry will hold here at 2:45 in the first half.
Honestly, it's good on Black to be able to keep this game tight. If you would have watched that first 10 minutes, you'd probably expect that score to be a lot wider. But even though the shots aren't quite getting closer, the game itself Honestly, it's been pretty back and forth these last 15 minutes.
Just about, yeah. Black obviously has the numbers advantage. I mean, look at that as you see it pan across the screen. The difference of bodies on one bench to the other.
A message Ben Charrington should learn: quality over quantity.
Petrov surrounded by Hickson. The corralled here by DeMarsico. It's behind the play. Those two will joust. Up for Braden Ford. Can't put one on net. Walkoskis can't clear. DeMarsico grabs it over a shot. Saved there by Carson Fry. DeMarsico blocked by Petrov. Spins to the backhand. DeMarsico looked backdoor for Ford and broken up. DeMarsico to his brother. Banks it off the wall for Ford. Will tap it into the zone. Purple will change. Mike DeMarsico first to it. Up high for Humphreys. Humphreys to DeMarsico. Puts one high over the net. Matt will move this one all the way back for his goaltender and head off for a change. Sent underneath to Saxon Robertson. How about one more time to Humphreys? Minute 10 to go here in the first half. 2-1 Purple. Conyon and Ford the goals for Purple. Justin Gibson a power play goal for Black. There's a blocker save there by Fry. Kushis turning, shot. Fry will hold under a minute to go.
Now coming in, kind of expected a close game. I expected it to be a lot higher than 2-1 though.
There's a lot of time. Purple's known for one thing, it's late goals.
Yeah. It's the Penn State in them. Only good late in the year. Really exciting to watch though.
Yeah. Jack Edwards apparently coaching for Team Black, so once again more tampering going on.
God.
With getting coaches now.
What's with this GIL?
Goat money. Shot here up the give and go of Humphreys, denied by netminder Fry. Conyon. Hold it. Around the wall looking for Humphreys. Down to 7 seconds to go in the period. Kushis gets bodied by Bell Sterling. Rolls to Morehouse. Morehouse will pin it. Kushis going to go right after him. Clock hit zeros. Purple takes a 2-1 lead here into the mini dressing room, a.k.a. the benches. We'll step aside, be back with the second half of this semifinal matchup.
Smoke it room.
You know we're live, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Gotta serenade them.
We also just found out as well, if you're just joining us, Colton Mauser's coaching Purple, right? Jack Edwards and Sean O'Donnell are coaching Black. They're the captains of Team Teal.
I think they just lost two.
Well, yeah, Team Teal and Team White. So, conspiracy theory going on here? Maybe. Anyway, 2-1 Purple's your score entering the second half of this final semifinal game of Caden McRoy alongside Evan Smith. Goals coming from Braden Ford and Evan Conyon on Team Purple. Justin Gibson, the lone goal for Team Black.
How many views would a goat conspiracy theory video get?
Probably a lot.
Because if you ask me, goats aren't real either. But
Okay. It depends what goat people want to watch. Cohen Bell Sterling off the give and go. Comes into the zone. Looked over for Ricky Boyson. Tries to feed it in front. No one home. Braden Ford will take it by his lonesome one-on-one against Tyler Love. To the outside. Swings it for Humphreys. A shot. He scores. Christian Humphreys makes it 3-1 Purple.
man, that shot just like a beautiful illusion of collusion. Bottom line, Christian Humphreys, beautiful shot, beautiful play. That's all there is to it.
All there is. Probably the best shooter in the league, Christian Humphreys. I think the only player that at any point during this this league's history have been better has maybe been JT Miller, Vinny Trocheck, and Logan Cole.
Yeah, best shooter, quotes on purple.
Any player that's put on a purple jersey. It is Christian Humphreys now, by far. Hold on, I'll take that back.
Includes all of the Los Angeles Kings back when they wore that color.
I completely forgot Aiden Fink played a game for them last year. Hold on, we might have taken that back.
So did I. Dang, how did I forget him? Hey, Aiden, how you doing?
What's up, Aiden Fink? Hopefully you're watching. Kush.
Thank you for not signing with Nashville.
Shot here from Humphreys. Shoulder save there by Carson Fry. As Andrew said, his easily his MVP of the first period, and I couldn't agree more to that statement.
Yeah.
Look at this. Chase Hale's going to get another touch here when Purple goes for a change. I'm loving this strategy by Saxon Robertson.
At this point, low scoring game. Kind of just take your time.
Yeah. You got the lead. There's no reason to really mess around.
And the speed game, if anything, gives the advantage to Black when they have so many guys on the bench. Purple's kind of better off going slow, as you see Delsic Nor trying to use that speed to chase down that puck.
Robertson going to push him away. Up for Ford, couldn't get a handle. As Team Black's going to hold in their own zone. It'll be Tyler Love. Takes this to center ice. Wheels it to the outside. Loses it. Underneath Mahler. To DeMarsico. Goes for the stretch pass. Morehouse all over it on defensively. Was looking for my first Bon Voyage call of the day. Morehouse walks in a shot, puts it wide.
I've been waiting for a Tyler Love goal all year.
Need it. Need a Tyler Love goal. Played with Fayetteville in the SPHL last season. As mentioned, of course, I'm a Robert Morris alum before the team ultimately, things happened and folded. As that shot will get deflected out of play.
Dare I say it's a conspiracy?
Conspiracy theories all
Colonial
around.
conspiracy?
Well, we all know that Dr. Howard did it on purpose, but it's okay.
Colonials aren't real.
Oh boy. Tied up face off. Goes Purple's way. Zach Hickson. Leaves this one off. Here's Christian Humphreys with some speed. Through center ice. Takes it to the outside. Up high, wanted Kanyan. Keeps it for himself. Down for Ian Kushis. Underneath the Humphreys. Puts one on the side of the net. Knocked away by Team Black. Kushis. Takes it to the middle. Gets around one. Make it two. Couldn't pull the trigger. Humphreys fakes the slap shot. Gets off of Mikulski. Down for Kanyan. Couple of Black bodies run into each other there.
Don't say it again, Evan. Don't say it again.
Down for Kushis. To the middle. Mikulski all over it. Breakaway for Black. Garrett Mikulski one-on-one to the backhand. He scores. Garrett Mikulski gets one back for Black. It's down to 3-2.
I don't think I've seen Mikulski put on those burners all season long. Wow. We talked about Purple, that slow game being their advantage. And there's Black showing off that speed. Mikulski just goes and rests on the bench after Usain bolting across the ice.
Yeah. 7th goal of the season for Mikulski, one of the late additions to that Team Black roster. As Sawicki, Oliver Robertson there on the check. Purple wanting to get this one back and fast. DeMarsico. Mike, that is, takes it to the middle. Can't get around his man now. Cohen Bell Sterling with a chance. Bell Sterling to to Sawicki. Getting down the block was Robertson. Tied up along the wall, 2 purple jerseys, 1 team black, in retreat Boyson. Boyson, backhand, high over the net. Back to the point to Love. Sends it down low to Sawicki. Dances around to Marsico. Back to Love. Finds Boyson to Sawicki. DeMarco takes it away from him. And now purple brings some jerseys up ice. Ford to DeMarsico. Spins away from 1. Walks his way in and goes off the stick of Boyson. Out of play here, under 17 to go in the second half. Jeff Taylor down there is feeling some Renegade right now.
Really? It's almost, man, you'd think he'd pick the playlist.
Yeah. It's not him, it's the kids next to him that are playing this stuff.
Oh, he wants us waving those towels.
I don't think anyone brought a towel. Oh, you got your key? Okay, that works.
Close enough.
Humphreys to Conyan, and a glove save made by Carson Fry. Team Purple almost going right off the Renegade there for a goal. Kushis plays one over. Humphreys gets it along the half circle. Up to Mahler. Mahler walks in, shot, glove save made. Kushis spinning, couldn't get it back to the point. And Team Black goes for the home run call. Boyson to the backhand, and a save made by Hale getting across. Humphreys along the wall. Off the give of Kanye. Humphreys works to the outside, waits for some reinforcements. Dangles up high to Kanye. Leaves it for Hickson. Sent underneath to DeMarsico. Purple goes for a change. DeMarsico. It's held along the wall by Leo Lashin. Lashin gives it over to Wakauskas, now to Ricky Boyson. Boyson dangles his way to the outside. Tied up along the wall is Hickson, throwing Wakauskas along the wall. Here's Braden Ford. Finds Matt DeMarsico. It's back to Mike. Finds Matt in the slot. Pulls the trigger high over the net. Aiden Petrov. Some room down the left wall. Wants to cut through the middle. Hickson closes him off. Wakauskas to Petrov in front. Stick save made. Rebound is there. DeMarsico clears it up ice to Ford. At center. Into the Team Black zone. Braden Ford. Chips it along the wall. Tyler Love to get it. Up to Del Signor. Del Signor to Morehouse. Quickly over to Petrov. Back to Morehouse, and getting a piece of it was Hale on the slide. Saxon Robertson will cut to the middle. Diving, keeps this one alive. Sends it into the Team Black zone as Purple goes for changes. Morehouse to Petrov. On the entry, closed off by Kushis. Here's Humphreys. Underneath the Mahler. They'll hold. 14 minutes to go in this second half. 1 goal apiece here in the second half, but the score remains 3-2 Purple. Kushis to Humphreys, a shot, and Fry getting a piece of it coming over. Humphreys tries to go hard along the wall. This will be cleared by Black. Not enough for an icing. Evan Conyan, the RIT commit, takes this along the wall. Now through center. Conyan, a shot. Ricochets off the wall to Humphreys. Humphreys to Conyan. Gets buyed away by Sawicki, and now Team Black brings 4 skaters up ice. Led by Bell Sterling. But Gibson, his shot goes wide. Bell Sterling and Kushis battling along the wall. Robertson out wide to DeMarsico as Bell Sterling gets caught behind the plate, taking down Kushis. Purple's going to head to a power play. DeMarsico, a shot sails wide, touched up by Bell Sterling. And Team Purple power play here at the 13-minute mark. Slashing is the call.
Team Black, minor penalty, number 2. Goal, Bell Sterling, 2 minutes for slashing.
Purple, 2 power play goals on the season. Conning and Ford responsible for both. Black with the face-off win. Boyson to Sawicki. And Sawicki with some steam gives it over to Boyson. Boyson to Sawicki. He scores! A jailbreak goal for Nick Sawicki. We're all tied up at 3.
Purple. Did they forget who was on the power play there?
Wow. Just off a face-off loss.
Yeah.
And just numbers.
It's the power play. Now we're playing. I couldn't. No. I was trying to make a Mauser joke, but I'm like, it's not his fault. He's just kind of standing there.
He's the coach. A fire Mauser chants have already roared through the building here after that one. Sawicki's 10th of the season.
It's somehow Ron Hextall's fault.
Yes, of course. That's why they're redoing the offices upstairs. Forward shot sails off the stick of Lovell. Tied up at 3. He's under 12 to go. We're going to see a lot more fast-paced hockey now.
Can they repaint the Vegas gold? Just
Maybe.
notably green. And for God's sake, give Lemieux's banner the old.
Touch up.
Stop having him wear that. I get he retired wearing that, but come on.
Yeah, I agree to that.
Be realistic here.
Give him the 91, 92s.
Yeah.
Kind of like the ones that Team Black are wearing right now.
Wait, those aren't Penguins?
We got a hand pass call here, and no, sadly not.
I knew Penguins weren't real.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Prove me wrong.
Continue to prove you wrong.
The only real Penguin we've seen around here is Kyle Dubas.
That is true. Him and Jason Spetz are here a lot. So is Chris Letang, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple times here. Just walking around over by the mannequins and stuff.
I met Alex Letang at a country club I work at.
Alex was also here.
He's a great kid.
Did a good job drafting those Penguin players.
Yeah. Probably did a better job drafting than
And Doobie.
Kyle Dubas.
Yeah. They told Alex to look at a board and say pick somebody, and he did pretty good. Here's Luke Walkoskis in front of Leo Lashin and denied there by Hale. Here comes Purple the other way.
Future Montreal Canadian Alex Letang.
A shot here by Kanyan, denied by Carson Fry. He'll hold here with 10 minutes to go.
And Fry, we've seen him step up in a lot of those bigger games, and tonight especially he is playing fantastic.
Not sure some of the announcements he says, honestly.
Something about since the 1970s. I'm like, this goalie's been around for, what, 3 years?
Year 4 of the GOAT League this season.
So did it start in 1970 and have like a 40-year gap?
Sounds like.
It is what it is.
Black with an offensive zone chance here. Walkoskis underneath the Del Signor. Del Signor back to Justin Gibson. Gibson walks in shot high over the net. Rebound is there. Popped Purple way. 2-on-1 developing. Getting back Leo Lashin. No penalty called as Walkoskis got tripped up. 2-on-1. Connie in a shot. Rebound there for Humphreys. Couldn't get to it. Now Team Black the other way. Gibson leads the rush. Leaves it for Jackson Morehouse. Morehouse in front, blocked away by DeMarsico. DeMarsico, stretch pass, steals off the stick of Morehouse, negates the icing. Love to Mikulski. Up for Morehouse. 2-on-1 with Petrov. Morehouse, a shot, he scores! The captain of Team Black, Jackson Morehouse. And that's his 7th of the season. Black gets their first lead of the game. It's 4-3.
And who else? Jackson Morehouse always seems to step up in these games as well. But that's basically his signature goal, just kind of get some space and rip it.
Perfectly executed by Team Black there.
Oh, captain, their captain.
So the captain missed a couple of weeks. Came back last week, came in a big way in that win versus Team Red, 12-8. And now looking to upset the number 2 seed Purple.
True Sidney Crosby redemption story.
I don't know if it was injury or just, vacation, but still.
Same thing.
Comeback arc. Purple has been in the hole in terms of deficits many times this season. This is no stranger to that. They scored 7 goals in about a 3-minute span against Team White a couple weeks ago. Hickson a shot there, denied by Carson Fry. Rebound in front for Ford and denied. Under 7.5 to go now.
It's really all is Carson Fry. Black's defense isn't doing anything special to shut out Purple. Now, granted, they're doing a good job holding that box, which is kind of unique strategy-wise for the GOAT League. A lot of times you kind of just see people throwing ish at the fan. But Carson Fry, though, deserves a lot of credit for keeping Purple behind.
Gave up 9. Was the sub-goaltender when these two teams played the week number 2, so it wasn't Carson Fry. They got to see this Purple squad. Here is Humphreys. Turning shot blocked by Sawicki. And Black turns away a 3-on-2. Boyson to Bell Sterling. Crunched there by Humphreys. And now Purple. Out by Stakanya. Finds Humphreys with some space. To Kushis. Walks in a shot. High save made by Carson Fry. Approach 6 minutes to go here.
2009's worst hits playing.
Not a bad song.
Tells me everything I need to know about you, Caden.
Huh?
Nothing.
Every damn shuffling, bro. What do you mean? It was great hearing that at Adelaide Stevenson Elementary School.
Is that legal?
What? Say my elementary school's name?
No,
Doesn't
playing
exist
that
anymore.
song in
Oh,
elementary
okay,
school.
fair enough.
I got yelled at for playing Uptown Funk in high school.
You get yelled at for a lot of things in high school. It's okay though.
Yeah, but I yelled at them back.
Fair. Ford turning shot blocked by his own teammate. Black can flip this one down to the purple zone. Saxon Robertson. Down the right wall. Puts on the brakes. Out for Mike DeMarsico. Gets pinned by Walkoskis. Purple still holds on. DeMarsico trying to dance his way free. He picked up by his brother Matt. In front of Ford. Ford a shot as Fry makes the save with DeMarsico crashing into his crease.
Yeah, that seemed a bit intentional. Didn't seem like he ran into Fry intentionally, but then he stretched the arms out a little bit.
You feel you're gonna fall in, might as well make it worth it, right?
So they might as well cross it. You know, just gotta, if you're gonna cross, check what you see.
Yeah. The hands are already up. I mean, just finish at that point.
Yeah.
4:45. Stop clock comes into play at the 3-minute mark. Kanyan to Humphreys, a shot and batted out of the air by Morehouse. GMBC, where are you to sign him?
Yeah, that's more hits than O'Neal Cruz has this season.
130 strikeouts, O'Neal Cruz,
Jackson Morehouse, notably 0 strikeouts on the season.
that we know of.
Allegedly.
That puck goes out of play. Purple wants to delay a game call.
They have that in this league.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen it called before. So it looks like the answer to that is no.
Yeah.
As
4
Purple,
minutes to go.
yeah, Purple's loading up here.
Put Chase Hale on the rush.
Yeah.
Christian Humphreys looks confused about something.
I don't know if it's the clock or what.
I mean, it doesn't stop till 3 minutes, right?
I don't know what Kanyan and them are arguing about. Maybe it is the clock. I'm not sure if it's a penalty or what. As DeMarsico fans on it, and a diving play by Humphreys just prevented a breakaway for Del Signor with a little bit of a help from an offsides call.
For a second, I thought Signor was about to have a highlight just because of beating that little smack, and they're still arguing.
Not sure if it was the penalty or the clock, which one they're still
Well,
hampering.
When you got 3 minutes to play, you got to stop arguing and just start shooting.
True.
The puck. The puck.
That bangs off the door. Oh, Black with a 2-on-1 almost connecting. Here's Purple. Ford. Swings to the outside. Kanya to Humphreys. To the middle, blocked away by Gibson.
Just diamond defense by Team Black. Purple can't get any good shots off.
Stop clock is in effect. Morehouse pushed away there. Leaves it off for Del Signor. Offsides, Black. 2:40 to go.
So got a bit of a neutral zone trap, and then the umbrella counter style defense. He says trying to speak in Chell because of that trailer coming out.
With when Matthew
Shocker, they
Kachuk-
changed virtually nothing.
Sounds about right. That Agent and Be a Pro retired though. You know? You're on your own now.
Yeah, no more expensive pawn. What was it?
Expensive pond hockey.
Yeah,
La Pond hockey.
everybody hates the pond hockey.
Reasonably so, I believe. I don't even think it's a Pittsburgh company.
Yeah, we want IC Light.
Bring back the Icy Light banner.
That's settled for Bold Penguin.
Okay, that's pushing it.
Yeah, I didn't think Colby Armstrong would sponsor the ice.
Seriously, yeah, I didn't notice that one.
Neither did I think it just showed up.
It spawned it.
It's not really there.
Figure of our imagination.
Colby Armstrong isn't real either.
Oh boy. Purple with possession, 2 minutes to go. Mikulski battling with Kushis, gets a couple of love taps. The stick goes flying of Gibson. Make it practically a 4-on-3 here. Kushis, backhand, rebound, loose, pushed out by Black.
Gibson tried just catching that puck with his hand even without a stick.
Boyson, breakaway, save made by Hale, 1:40 to go. Purple settles, Robertson, up ice to DeMarco, goaltenders pull.
Or looking like it. Yeah, it seemed like Chase Hale was
Scores! Braden Ford off the give and go, and just as Hale reached the bench, Purple ties this one up at 4.
and Braden Ford have the game of your GOAT League career. For once, they played this song at the right time. And just like that, we're a minute 30 away from a repeat of prior events.
Will extra time be needed? 92 seconds on the regulation clock. It's 4-4.
Well, now that you said the words regulation clock, that means they will be. This is the part where Purple scores like 6 times.
Probably. Here's Humphries. Drops it off to Mahler. Down low to Kanyan. Kanyan trying to open up some space. Leaves it off for Mahler at the point. Quickly over to Humphries. Humphries puts one on through traffic. Rebound for Kushis. He'll dig and covered up by Fry. 65 ticks to go.
Carson, not deep fried here late in this game after getting peppered with a bit of shots, but he has no idea how to respond to that terrible pun.
Carson not deep fried. As Purple, I'm going to make a few changes. Get Ford and DeMarco back on the ice. Mahler finds Ford. Pair of goals today for the Penn State forward. Connie looking to go underneath. Blocked away by Gibson. Bell Sterling couldn't clear. Pinned along the wall. Now goes a Team Black bounce. Sawicki, Bell Sterling lead the rush. Bell Sterling down the right wall. Looking. Fires one high over the net. This will bounce out of the zone. Tyler Love to pick it up for Black at center. Finds Justin Gibson waiting at the blue line. Over to Sawicki. Dangles his way over. Finds Bell Sterling. 30 seconds to go. Bell Sterling to Gibson off the one-timer, and that'll ricochet into the netting. Out of play. 26.2 to go.
Gibson had a wide open net, and you think he's going to be regretting that one for a long time. Shot went very, very wide. Almost reached his brother in Detroit.
It's a good one. I like that one.
I'm 1 for like 80.
Still better than O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah, honestly.
And runners in scoring position.
And GMBC trades.
That's true as well. 20 seconds. Purple possession off the face-off. Humphries. With some space, goes to Mahler. Mahler, a shot from the point. Covered up here with 10.6 to go. And Purple's going to their star-studded lineup here. Humphries, Conyan, DeMarco, Ford. So fans are definitely having their hands clap right now. Maybe they'll clap a little further if we reach extra time. Black face-off win. Send it along the wall. It will be cleared to center. And for the second straight semifinal game, we are headed to extra time.
All right. Announcer Jinx for once didn't come to fruition, and this has been just a great game, honestly. We talked about the last time these two played. Purple had that advantage of Black missing some talent. Now it's the other way around, and it's balanced out that score sheet. And honestly, we talked earlier, quality versus quantity. We'll see what comes to fruition in this 3-on-3.
I don't know if we have goat ties. We're just gonna wave imaginary towels like
Do we have any goats we can just grab by the tail and
whip it around. All right, 5-on-5, or excuse me, 5 minutes, 3-on-3.
say? It was like plot twist.
Yes, sorry. But the last time Purple was in a win-or-go-home situation in a playoff game was last year's championship. Against Christian Humphreys, that team won the entire GOAT League. So Purple is a 1-0 in postseasons, overtimes. They are 1-0 against Christian Humphreys in overtime. But this time Christian Humphreys on their side.
I'm calling it for the storyline. Christian Humphreys walk-off winner.
Okay.
If it's anybody from Black, I'll say Cohen Bell Sterling.
I like that. That's a good pick. I have to be different, so I'm going to go with Conyan, and I'm going to go with Ricky Boyson.
Honorable mention to Tylen Del Signor.
Kid's a stud. Doesn't score a lot, but man, that kid got some
He's
talent.
a Jaguar.
Yes. It'll be Conyan with possession off the face-off. Leave it off for Christian Humphreys. Here's Humphreys. Slows his way into the zone. Looking to open some space here to be Humphreys, Conyan, and Mahler against Boyson, Mikulski, and Lashing. Mahler to Humphreys. Humphreys holding. Mahler will go for the change. They'll get DeMarsco on the ice. 3 forwards for Purple. Around the horn, Conyan races to it. Conyan to the outside, a shot flutters on net, and a diving save with the glove by Carson Fry.
Float like a butterfly.
Save like a bee.
Save like a Carson Fry. He was in the air for quite a while there.
Lucky he reached that glove back just in time.
Yeah.
Couple of changes forward on the ice, as well as Robertson, Bell Sterling, Sawicki, and Gibson for Black. Here's Robertson over to DeMarsico. Matt DeMarsico puts one on, glove save made. Covered up here, and we know Matt DeMarsico in overtimes is, pretty good. There's just that one time that he upsetted to help get Penn State to the
Ended
Frozen
up
Four.
Something frozen ended up leading to something McKenna.
Yeah, just a couple snowballs from there. Off the face, Ford and Sawicki tied up, and a penalty coming up to Ford. He was tied up with Sawicki, and they're going to give him a penalty for a trip.
Oh, Braden Ford was the hero of this game. Rough time for this to happen. Your legacy might be down the drain.
So Ford for tripping. Black to the power play. They're 1 for 1 on the man advantage. Justin Gibson has that goal. He's on the ice. DeMarsco, Robertson, and Mahler versus Boyson, Bell, Sterling, Sawicki, and Gibson. Purple wins the face-off and a clear by Mahler. This will take us down the last 30 seconds if killed. And then after that, I'm not sure what. Just kind of go from there. 2-on-2?
1-on-1. Just the goalies.
Just the goalies?
Boxing matches.
Here's Bell Sterling. Down to Boyson. Through the middle, blocked away, and kicked out of the zone by Mahler. 1:30 to go on the Ford penalty. Bell Sterling takes across ice. Back to the point. Finds Love. To Boyson. Back to Gibson to Boyson. Under to Bell Sterling. Bell Sterling to Gibson, trying to find some space. Shot there, rebound loose, and they'll score! Nick Sawicki, power play goal, and Team Black, for the first time in franchise history, is heading to the Cranberry Cup.
I mean, for Purple, it's just hard to win a 3-on-3 overtime when the other guys have 4 guys on the ice. Black, though, what a performance. Specifically, Carson Fry is the guy that you got to be shouting out all night long. Totally a large Friday night.
Carson Fry with a legacy game here today. To upset Purple, the defending champions have been dethroned.
And Purple is very unhappy. Mike DeMarsico is having some words as he says goodbye to the GOAT League for this season.
As we saw Hale, along with Conyan, be very upset as the game ended. As you look back at a couple points, that tripping call, maybe just let the guys play, and then also that time when the clock was still running. After the puck went out of play, they wanted a little explanation on why.
We're going to have our first GOAT League game.
Controversies.
What's the protest? Game protest.
Game protest. Nick Sawicki, a pair of goals, neither at even strength. It happened to jailbreak goal just off the face-off of the only Purple power play. And now a power play goal here to win it for his team.
Evens out, and now it's going to be interesting to see that championship matchup. I think Teal's got the more talented roster, but Black's probably going to have about 4 times the amount of players that Teal will in that game next week.
To no one's expectations when this season started, Teal and Black are the last two standing. It is going to be an amazing finale. We had some amazing games here today. All of games that you saw here today were 1-goal games. I don't know if that's happened ever in GOAT League history. Crazy. Crazy to think about. Nick Sawicki, the hero. Team Black to the finals to take Team Teal on 7:30 next week. As Andrew and I will have the call for that. Thank you all for joining us all season long. Evan Smith alongside me here. Billy Depew not in attendance along with Caleb McCabe. Thanks for helping all season long. We'll see you next week. Teal and Black, 7:30.